Yeah.
Hello. It does sound like a lawnmower.
She's getting quiet.
Ooh, she's just in time. It's like she knew we were going live.
She just
knew.
screamed up until we started.
Oh,
she's still going.
She's still going. It's all right. It's all fine. It's totally fine.
Hey,
honestly, Nell, it's not even registering. The gate is working fine. Hello. Good evening. We all have to suffer through it, but the audience doesn't have to suffer through it, and that's the important thing.
That's what matters.
That's what really matters. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's episode of Another One Bites the Dice, Quelmar's very own take on the Curse of Strahd. I'm your Dungeon Master, Tyler, and with me are my four magnificent, lovely, wonderful players, who I'm going to have introduce themselves and their characters, starting with Kelsey. And tonight, can you mention what class you're playing? Because I don't think everybody knows. So go ahead, yes. Kelsey.
Sure. Hi, I'm Kelsey. I will be playing Winnie Fatouine tonight. She is an artificer.
Liana?
Me? Hi, I'm Liana. I will be playing Willa. I am a half-elf bard.
Nell?
Hi, my name is Nell. I'm playing Lady Isidore Mariana Coletta Louise de Carlisle, who is a Twilight Cleric of Corellin.
And James. Oh. No, we can't hear you, James. How did we lose you? We just had you. Hold, please.
My computer stole James's voice.
Apparently it did.
I bet James tried to hack into her computer to do the voice modulator.
Something stole James's voice. Curious. Curious. Hold, please, our beloved audience. So, for those of you who don't know, James is not in his normal
America.
place. He's streaming from 2 hours outside of Reykjavik. So this may happen a couple times tonight, and we're gonna just roll with it as it does.
Yes.
Yes, there he is.
There I am. Oh, okay. Yes. Hi. I am. Are we in a away screen or are
no?
We here?
No, we are set and doing it. You're
everybody.
talking. You're basically talking to us and Jeff. So.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
at least based on the chat up till now.
No, I am James, and I am Zoot. I am a wyvern-born barbarian, and I am also, or I'm not really a barbarian though. I'm a barbarian in spirit. Technically, if you look at my sheet, I'm a paladin because of a life debt I owe to a paladin who saved me. So I've joined his order of the Watchers. But really, I'm a barbarian.
Barbadin? I can't remember what we decided on.
I like Barbadin.
Barbadin?
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for introducing yourself and your characters, and thank you, Nell, for push to talk.
You don't want to know.
It's not push to talk. I have to click and unclick the mute button.
Yeah,
I don't have push to talk.
It's all good. It's all good. It's saving our audience, and we appreciate that. So we begin tonight's episode after a week off. I'll sort of remind you of where we left things. We are at the conclusion of the rites of burial for the former burgomaster of the village of Barovia, the Baron Kolyanovich. Just 2 days ago, the four of you met his children, Ismark and Irina, who opened their home to you and invited you to stay with them and offered some potential leads for you to find your missing professors in exchange for two favors. First, they ask you to escort Irina to the village of Vallaki. She has been beset upon by Count Strahd von Zarevich multiple times. She has the bite marks on her neck to prove it. She and her brother are hoping that the more fortified city of Vallaki will offer more protection than their humble village affords. you agreed to escort her, understanding that the more populated city might hold more clues to where your missing friend Darwin might be. And secondly, they requested that you help them convince their local priest, a man named Donovich, to perform the burial of their father. So you made your way to the church and found that Donovich was severely racked with guilt and despair regarding his son, Doru, who had been transformed by Count Strahd von Zarevich into a vampire spawn. You quickly realized that the situation was beyond help and left the church, abandoning the old man and the child and resolving to have Isadora, a cleric herself, perform the burial of the late Baron. You began the burial, and as it was coming to a close, two of you, Zoot and Willa, saw a dark figure in fine clothing on the opposite side of the cemetery. And you watch now as the burial comes to a close, and he begins approaching your small group at the graveside of the Baron as another figure joins him.
What does the second figure look like?
The second figure is a tall, dark-skinned woman with dark eyes, dressed in golden robes. And she walks sort of a step in front of this other figure, this man who you can tell by his physiology, his sort of phenotypical features is at least half elf, at least some part elf. And he sort of speaks up from behind her and he says, "My master is very sorry for your loss. He regrets not being able to be here in person himself, but he has brought this message for his love." And he sort of holds out a letter. You're muted now.
I will step forward and hold out a hand and say, we so greatly appreciate your condolences. Irina is so beside herself, she cannot even speak at the moment, but we will ensure she has ample opportunity to read this and reflect at a later time.
He sort of bows very deftly and turns and walks back across the grounds of the cemetery towards that dark black horse.
Excuse me,
what was their name?
sir, why do you serve the Count Strahd?
And he sort of stops in his tracks, and he comes up, lifts his head back up and turns to you, and he walks up closer this time. And as he approaches you this time, you hear inside all of your heads voices of screaming and anguish, death throes, women and children crying, men screaming and crying. And he just sort of looks at you, Isadora, specifically, and says, "Because he is the master of these lands, and we are all but his humble servants."
And what is your name, my friend?
I am Rahadin.
Rahadin. I'm Lady Isadora Mariana Coletta Louise de Carlisle. I will remember your name. I wish you luck.
He says, I ensure that you do. And he turns and he walks away across the cemetery.
Do the voices and cries cease as he leaves?
Make a perception check, Winnie.
Perception, that is a 13. Wait, no, not a 13. It's higher than that. It's a 16.
Okay. You are pretty sure that there seems to be a sort of like limit to once he's a certain distance away, the voices stop.
Can I roll an insight check on him, just to see if he seemed, when he shared the screams, if he was enjoying them or afraid of them?
Yep. Go ahead, roll an insight check. $20.
I think that's
Two?
a 20.
Dirty
2-0.
20, yeah.
Dirty 20. He is not bothered in the least by these voices. It doesn't seem
Excellent.
like he even notices
Good to know.
at all. So as they sort of turn and walk back, and you see them sort of mount the horse and ride away. Ismark and Arena sort of look over at you and say, "This is we are very sorry. This is not we are used to that little worm coming and doing his master's bidding. I am not surprised that he decided to show his face on a day like today, but part of me was hoping that he wouldn't." And Arena just sort of reaches out to you, Isidore, and says, "Can you, would you please read? I do not want to see." She says, "Burn it if you want. You can read it if you want. This is typical of him. He writes flowery letters to me as if we are lovers, and each one is more terrifying than the next." So you have the letter in your hand, Isadora.
Is this the, hold on? So is this a letter from Strahd, or is this a letter from Strahd's friend,
It's,
or his
it
employee? Whatever you want to call him.
seemed like he was delivering this on behalf of the Count.
On behalf of Strahd. Okay, gotcha. Wasn't sure if it was from him or from Strahd. Got it. Yeah. Also, Isadora has stepped away for a second.
She has,
So if somebody
yes.
else wants to read
I
the
was
letter,
gonna say, so does any if or you can just burn it, or throw it away, or leave it. Kelsey, you're muted.
I'll read it
Okay.
after the voices cease.
It is in the Discord. Oh, and I should probably put it on here too, huh?
It reads.
maybe read it out loud because I can't.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Zood will never be able to see it tonight.
Dear Irina, it's with deepest grief that I learn of the death of your kind and noble father, and especially that it is affecting your young heart beyond all sensation. In this sad world of ours, sorrow eventually comes to an end. To the young, it comes with the bitterest agony because it so often takes them unaware. Your elders no doubt have learned to ever accept it. I am anxious. Oh gosh. Tyler, help me out with that word.
It is, sorry.
ANXIOUSTO? Is that an X?
It sounds like it's anxious too,
Anxious
but
too.
there's no space.
Okay,
or a little space.
I am anxious.
He has bad
yeah.
penmanship sometimes.
There's not a space there, so I was so thrown out. I am anxious to afford some alleviation of your present distress. Perfect relief. perfect relief is not possible except with time. You surely realize now that you will never smile again. That you will never smile again. Is not this so? And yet it is a mistake. You are sure to be happy again. To know this, which is certainly true, will make you some less miserable now. I've had experience enough to know what I say, and you need only believe it to feel your heart warm once again. The memory of your dear father, instead of an agony, will yet be a sad, sweet feeling in your heart of a per 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 and holier, holier sort than you have ever known before. Please present my kind regards to your afflicted brother, your lord, master, and love, Strahd von Zarovich.
Okay, we should probably burn that.
Yeah. Do you see? He doesn't put a space between his article. Like, who is this dude? I thought he was refined.
Ismark sort of just
I show Zoot knowing he doesn't know, but see right here where there's supposed to be a space there.
Yeah, I'll point to a random part of the letter and be like, yeah, it's terrible.
Right? Don't worry, not everybody has this fancy penmanship.
Ismark turns away from the grave of his father and just sort of spits on the ground. Every time he sends one of those, I am less and less surprised at the lengths he is willing to go to try and make my sister believe there is something there that is not there.
Remind me again, Ismar, how he came to know of your sister?
Let us go back to the house, and we can sit down there and discuss this further as we prepare to set you on your way to Vallaki. I'd prefer not to talk about any of this.
Set us on our way. Are you not going with us, Ismark?
No. My duties now that my father is dead are here, unfortunately. I need to take up the mantle that he has left, and I am responsible now for the village of Barovia. But I trust the four of you to take Irina with you and
we're still
keep her safe. Yeah. So he sort of leads you away from the cemetery, and brings you back into the sitting room of their mansion.
Do you have any of that wine?
Irina sort of nods at you and says, "Oh, we always have Wizard of the Wines. Let me go and procure some." She heads back into the kitchen and brings some out, and very quickly returns with it and pours 6 glasses and just sort of slumps deeply into the chair on the side of the room and is just looking worn out for it being so early in the day, but also clearly anxious to leave. And Ismark sort of looks back at you, Winnie, and says, "It is, So, you ask how the devil came to know my sister. The devil knows everybody here. This is his land, this is his realm. He resides in the castle and looks over everything. So it is not surprising that he was able to find my sister.
Yes, but does he have binoculars or something? How is it that he sees all? I get that, but how?
Well, the devil is a very, very powerful wielder of the dark arts and magic. He seemingly is everywhere at once and knows everyone and everything that goes on in his lands. He also, if he himself is not watching, he certainly has his spies set around watching.
Perhaps he should be my next teacher. It sounds like he is a proficient watcher himself.
Ismar kind of looks over at you and says, I do not think the two of you would see eye to eye very much.
He's because you're taller. Get it, Zoot.
He, unless you are interested in wielding magic for the benefit of only yourself and with the goal of the destruction of everything good and right and holy in the world, then perhaps you two would get along.
It sounds like most magic.
And Ismar kind of like nods and says, on that we agree. So, with that being said, I would say make sure when you are on the road to be watchful. Many creatures in the Svalich Woods, which is where you will be traveling on your way to Vallaki, many creatures in the realm do his bidding.
He's
so-
very good at that.
That he is. He is able to command both man and beast to do his will when he sees fit. So stick to the road. Try not to stray too far into the wood. And, well, if you, let's see, it is almost midday at this point. I believe if you set off soon, you'll be able to reach Serpul before sunset, and that will be a safe place for you to sleep for the night. The Vistani are there, and those at that encampment are much more respectable and safer than the 3 traitorous women in town who run that tavern.
Well, we don't have anything we need to pack. We have everything we came in to Barovia with. So does your sister need to pack anything, or is she good to go too?
Irina says, just give me a few moments and let me prepare.
I knew I didn't like them very much.
I am dressed for a funeral, not for travel. So, bear with me.
Well,
And
if
she
you
sort of
show me
steps
to the
away.
cart, I'll get it rigged up and ready. I am quite proficient in land vehicles, you might say.
Ismark looks at you and says, it's probably
I
best
was
that you do
hoping
not.
as well to inquire. I was hoping
You don't have a
to
cart
inquire
for
if
us
there
to
was
take?
any.
We're walking?
He sort of looks over at Isidore and says, if there were any what? We may have lost Isidore again. Oh, we did.
have.
We did. Zuzut, he turns to you and says, no, we have carts, of course. This is the Burgomaster's house, but it is probably best that you are able to move quickly and discreetly, traveling with my sister. So trailing along a cart with a horse is probably not the best decision.
I'll pull Ismart aside for a second and say, you need to do something about the priest.
Yes,
And I don't mean we're doing you a favor here. Now it's time for you to do me one, or at least. That is no priest. Whatever he was before is gone. And you cannot cure or run a city when disease is allowed to grow within it.
he just sort of nods and says, I
especially one so deranged as he.
I was not
If you-
aware of how far it had gotten with Doru. So we will need to set it right, one way or the other, and we will. For now, unfortunately, I have to make sure that the rest of the people in town are safe and protected.
Right, but just so you know, will they be protected from the vampire he's been keeping and feeding for the past in your own church, in your own?
Yes, I know. Trust that I will take care of it. Please.
Very well.
Go ahead, Willa.
Can I take some of these bottles to
Oh,
go?
please, definitely. We have plenty more where that came from.
Great.
And actually, when you make it to Valaki, you will be able to find the winery not too far away. So if you like it, once you arrive in the city, just ask anyone there. They will know exactly how to with their direction to point you into the vineyard. And he sort of looks at you, Zoot, and says, I've quickly drawn this up for you. I know you were interested in the map hanging on the wall. I tried my best to render it in a way that you could take it with you. So in the Discord players, you've got the map
Yes.
of Barovia.
It's okay, cool. Looks like it's pretty much identical to the one we looked at last session.
Pretty much, you could say. And he sort of points at the village and he says, you'll take this road, the old Svalacha road, to the southwest. When it meets the fork in the road, cross over the river first, and then when you hit the fork, turn to the northwest. The northwest will take you to the encampment alongside the Ser Pool. That's where you want to be this evening. If you go to the southwest, it will take you too far, and you'll have to spend the night in the woods, and you do not want that.
Now, I did want to do a little sidebar and get everyone else's opinions on cart versus cartless. Oh, we've lost two of them now. I'll get Winter's opinion on cart versus cartless.
I'm here. What the heck?
Okay, that was weird.
Did I leave?
She's back. No.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, if we're waiting on the sister to Isidora to be, not Isidora. What's the sister's name again? Irina. If we're waiting for Irina to get her bag back, I'll turn to the others, the sisters, and I'll say, a cart could get us there, and twice as fast. We'd have horses that we could use in event of emergency to eat or to fend off wild beasts that would otherwise eat us. It doesn't sound like it's the smartest move, but in my opinion, it's the wisest. What do you think?
Well, how long's the journey? Do we have an estimate?
It's like 2 days. We camp overnight. We get there the next day.
How far until we get to the next the first leg?
I don't.
The place where we're gonna spend the night.
Oh, Tyler, I'll check. That's tonight, right? Like we're gonna travel.
He
for the rest
basically
of the
said
day,
if you
camp out
leave
tonight.
soon, you'll get there by around sunset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I will. By the tone of his voice, that is very important. That you're sort of landing somewhere by sunset.
What happens
Can
after
we-
sunset?
Disguise her?
Ask someone.
Why is sunset?
Can we disguise her?
I think Winter just asked. He's Mark.
Well, it's always better to remain in as much light as possible. Although this is, as I mentioned yesterday, I guess it seems so long ago. There is no real true sunlight, so the devil and his minions can wander even during the day. However, once night falls, it becomes increasingly dangerous to be on the road and in the woods, which is why finding yourself among an even slightly populated area like the Vistani encampment at the Tser pool is far better than trying to camp somewhere in the woods.
According to this map, these Vistani have carts as well. Would we not fit in better with a cart?
The carts that the Vistani have are not. They are much more like a home for them.
Yes.
They.
I'm so. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, welcome back.
Excellent. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I was really lost in my thoughts on this walk. Is there anything important that I just didn't even listen to because I was so busy thinking my incredibly interesting, important thoughts?
Well, I went ahead and read the letter. It was, as we suspected, some limericks on grief to Irina.
You'd probably like it.
Yeah,
It was very romantic.
I mean, it wasn't
Oh,
Yeah.
super angsty, but it was.
I love a romantic letter. If you don't mind, Irina, I could take it away from you, ease your
I think we burned
burden,
it.
use it as inspiration.
I
Oh, okay, that feels fitting as well.
But now we're about to head out to
I did want to ask before we left, and I can't believe I'm asking this. Is it possible you have any spare armor lying around that might be a bit more protective than what I'm currently wearing? And I kind of look down at my like very blood-stained dress. If not, I can make do.
One moment, and he sort of leaves the room quickly and runs to the foot of the stairs and. Sister, can you bring down your second breastplate, please?
Tyler, I love you so much. What did I do to deserve you?
You lost it, you say?
there it is.
No, I'm kidding.
There it is.
So Irina comes down the stairs and she's sort of the dress that she was wearing, the sort of morning garb that she was wearing earlier. She's now traded in for some sort of high boots, traveling pants tucked into them. And she wears a breastplate herself and has a rapier on her side that she didn't have previously. And she's sort of carrying a pack over one shoulder, and in the other hand, she's got this this other just very simple, but finely sort of it's basic, but along the edges there you can see there's some really fine engraving. And she sort of says, "Yes, do you? I assume this is for you. Yes."
Yes. I have one more request, and this one I really think I might die. But is it possible you have a pair of trousers that I could borrow?
Sorry, Winter just bursts out in laughter. Sorry, that's a condition.
Let me.
Pants. Anything that's
yes,
not.
Yes. Let
Oh,
me.
God.
Let me go check. I will be right back.
Thank
She
you.
sort of leaves again for a little bit. And while she's gone, Ismark sort of looks at the four of you and just says, I truly, I do not know how I became so lucky as to have you wandered into the tavern when you did, but
I think we are the lucky ones.
Oh
Or at least I am.
my god. Oh my god.
shoot that shot. Gotta shoot that shot.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
I just do not know how to thank you. You have all made this trip for my sister much easier, I hope. And I believe that. Well, anyway, thank you.
If you really want a way to thank me, you will not look at me for the next 72 hours while we travel. Find anywhere else. I will stay in
He's
the
not
back.
going with us, Isadora.
Oh,
Oh,
He's-
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's not
That's a bummer. It's
I
all
am.
right.
I
Great, then she's not even gonna say. Yeah.
I know
Well,
you were
if you do
deep in
really
your
wanna
thoughts before,
wait.
but I am staying. I have to stay
Then
behind.
leave. Please leave before we can see ourselves out. You do not need to be here to see us out. I'm
Oh,
sure you
no,
have many
I
other
think-
things to do in your day. I'm sure
Look,
you're very busy.
I think it
Please
is
feel
proper
free
for
to get to
the
your
man of the
other
house to, you know,
tasks.
bid his guests farewell at the
I
door.
really don't think you know what you're talking about, Winter. I
The
really
best thank you anyone can ever give is a cart, preferably with 2 or more horses or oxen.
If she's back, his sister, how long is her hair?
Probably she's sort of got it pulled back and up, but when it's bent down, you've seen it down. It's probably like hip height. It's long. It's very long.
Okay. I am going to kind of go behind her, and just say, I think that it would be best if maybe we disguise you a little bit. You stand out quite a bit. So I think maybe we should make you look a little different.
Okay, that is actually not a bad idea. What do you suggest? Anything? Because I already dye my hair. She sort of points to the roots, the red that you can see coming in.
I'm going to point to her hair. Maybe we can cut it a little bit.
We can go further than a haircut. You guys are aware, right?
I think Zoot.
Yeah, I brought that up before. Do you want to make her look? I was just thinking about when, I don't know how long that lasts.
An evening strip, 8 hours.
Okay. So, yeah, why don't we do that?
What do we want to do?
This place is.
What can you do?
Can you do it off of anything you've seen?
I think
I go looking in the library that looks to be around us for some sort of fictional book, and it has like a picture in it of a. What do we want? Something drastically different?
Something the same height, I think. Is that correct, Zoot?
I look for maybe a skinny warlock male or something that is around the same height as
Sure.
her, like an apprentice, blacksmith apprentice or something.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, there it is.
While that's happening, Tyler, I'm going to turn to what's his face guy.
Ismark.
Why can't I think? Yeah, and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna ask him. Do you have like a cloak or something? Something that's masculine, because she does look a little feminine right now. And if we are going to,
Yes. This is brilliant. Yes. One moment, and he sort of leaves and comes back a second later, and he's got his sort of one of his travel cloaks clearly. Hands it over to his sister,
Okay.
and she's just sort of waiting expectantly. She's like, "So, I do not need to cut my hair. Yes, we are going to do something else."
Yeah, so I rolled a
Not yet.
17 for investigation.
Yeah, you find. I mean, there are illustrations. They're fairly simple in most of these books, line drawings and things. So nothing that you'll be able to like match in a sort of photorealistic way, but you can get a sense of what a sort of commoner male would look like. Sure, give Zoot some inspiration.
So I hold the book up to you, Zoot, and I'm like, do you think you can do something like that?
Yeah. Just leave the book up. Give me 1 second.
Try to get the facial hair. That'll be like good.
Okay. May I put my claw on your shoulder?
Oh, yes, of course.
I'll touch her shoulder and look down at her, and then I'm going to go ahead and cast Disguise Self, which does not work on her, but it does work on me, and it will transform me into a 7-foot tall apprentice blacksmith.
Yes, it will.
Nice.
And everybody, she's just kind of like looking. I don't think. I don't think it worked.
Yeah, I did that wrong. I'm so sorry. Ooh. Oh, gross.
You're
He's-
rather attractive as a human, Zoot.
So wait, could you
Oh,
turn
You should
yourself
boy.
look like
into?
this more
Oh
often.
boy.
Could
I'm gonna look around for scissors.
could you turn yourself into looking like Irina?
Yeah, we talked about something like that before. Let me see. I can. Hold on, I'm just looking at the spell.
I'm gonna look for scissors, so I'll do a
I
investigation.
mean, you do.
I'm
have-
hiding
I'll-
in the
you have-
hallway. I'm just poking my head in to talk to them from the hallway. I'm
I
not coming
believe
in
you
the
have
room.
How are the
two
trousers coming?
daggers in your inventory too, Willa, don't you?
Probably.
You also have the dagger inside of the butterfly. Don't forget.
Yes. In your tuning bug has a little knife in it.
Yeah, I'll whip that out.
Well, we.
Yes. So,
Sister.
Kelsey Winter, I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to try to change. Zoot's going to try to change himself again, and you'll see him do something similar. But nothing happens, unfortunately. I can't read Disguise Self.
You know, that might be
right.
drastic, cutting the hair. We could try tying it instead.
Perhaps a hat?
Yeah,
Can I
but-
wear a hat? Would that be alright?
Yeah.
Some-
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know guys really like long
Look,
hair.
I tie my hair back
and
all the
I
time.
feel
It'll be
like
fine.
There's a chance that if we cut it off, maybe he won't like you as
No,
much.
no. Come on. You know how attached people can be to their hair. Just we can tie it back. We don't have to cut her hair.
All right, never mind. I'm just gonna walk away and just head to the door.
And she just sort of like looks down and says, and with all due respect, he knows who I am and where I am at all times. So, while it may help deter some otherwise interested parties, this is probably for the best that I am me, and I think I can be helpful as myself. People, and she sort of looks at Ismark and she says, people know our family here, and I think when I get to Valaki, we will need our family name in order to acquire the help that we need. So, thank you for thinking of this, but I think it's best if we just get going. And she sort of hands pants over to you, Isadora. So I am ready if you would like to change, and then we can be on our way.
Do you need help, Lady Isadora? Have you ever worn pants before?
I don't even answer. I just walk away. And yeah, I change. I come back down. I am staying in the hallway, hoping no one comes outside into the hallway. When they do, I'm going to immediately try to hide behind Zoot. Just stay opposite sides of Ismark, like in a circle, moving around Zoot at all times.
I'll whisper.
Not that big anymore, but I'll do it. I'll stand in front of you.
I'll whisper to Lady Isadora. You know, the pants help with the curves. It could be enticing, don't you think?
I don't know. I've never thought of that, or I think it's best to go immediately without any further ado before any more time passes. Let's leave right now, please.
I do like that plan, actually. I think I've been saying that for 3 sessions.
I'm gonna take some wine bottles into my arms
What about the dog? Where's Chair?
He's so cool. He'll just come with us, right?
He's
Like,
in
he'll
the
just
house.
walk
He
with
didn't come
us.
to the cemetery with you. He stayed behind, so he's in the house.
Lancelot.
No, his name's Chair.
The dog sort of comes trotting up, and
Hello, Chair.
and Ismark actually points out. He says, "You can take him if you want, or I can keep him here. Well, I guess it would be his previous owner still lives outside the village. So, if you would like me to watch him, or if you would prefer that he go with you."
Well, we're not getting any horses, so we'll need something to throw to the wolves.
You.
So he's gonna stay here. If you can feed him, he really likes scratchies behind his ear.
Yes,
This one. Yeah. This specific one.
we will make
I'm
sure
just
that the
gonna-
dog is taken care of. Do not worry.
No dogs
I'll kneel
or
down in
horses.
front of him. I'll give him a little scratchy behind his ear. I'll kiss him on the top of the head. And I'll just say, we'll see you soon, buddy. And then I'll grab my wine again and I'll walk to the door.
Yeah. In the hierarchy, I think
Bye,
that
thanks for
means-
your hospitality.
I'm just gonna stick my head out from behind Zoot, just my head, and say, I hope you don't mind if I write. You don't have to write me back. It's totally fine, but I might write to let you know how your sister's doing, but you don't have to write me back. Thank you for your hospitality. Okay, goodbye. And then I'm gonna run out the door.
And you hear
thinks you're
him
hot.
sort of say like, "I look forward to reading your slam." Door slams behind. All right, and the four of you, with Irina, begin your journey on the old Svalich Road, out of the village of Barovia, and you sort of wind your way into this forest. Very
Oh gosh, we're in a forest.
very quickly, the forest sort of comes up after the. Oh my bad, y'all. 1 second.
Svalich.
Oh, I should look for a forest.
Svalik.
Hang on. Boundary. There we go.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying to tell Lady Isidore all the advantages of having pants on rather than a 10-foot skirt.
Does Winter wear trousers?
What?
Everybody.
I still
I
have
mean,
my gloves
Zoot
on, of
is-
course. Breastplate, gloves, pants.
Zoot actually doesn't wear trousers, I don't think. I think Zoot's actually in sort of a paladin-esque, like, it's almost sort of like a toga.
Yeah.
I think in the imagery we've got him in sort of a dark toga or a tunic. It's very demeaning. It doesn't look very barbarian or intimidating at all, but it's what the Watchers provided.
So this is less of a road at times, and you can see the road sort of winds through these forests. At times the road is clear, and there's very obviously a path to continue forward on, and at others it seems to be more of what you're seeing now, where the sort of not even paved part of the road turns into just a dirt path through tight woods. Towering trees, their tops are sort of lost in the gray mist. They block out all but the grayest of light. The tree trunks are, those of you who have grown up near forests would know, they're unnaturally close together. Very tightly packed. And there's an eerie silence in these woods. Make a perception check, all four of you. Roll for Irina as well.
12.
Natural 1 on the die, so 2 total. You know, they call me the Watcher. I'm actually bragging about how well I'm watching when I don't see it coming.
And you see nothing. Willa and Winnie? perception rolls.
22.
Winnie, are you muted?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was. Sorry. 22
Okay,
for me
so
as well.
as you sort of move forward along the road, Willa and Winnie, you're able to spot seemingly a raven is flying overhead, and the reason that you're able to notice it is because it has a very distinct single blue feather, and it just sort of gently sort of glides over you, circles back. You lose it for what seems like a few minutes, and then all of a sudden it appears again in the air above you, or sitting on a tree branch, and it's just sort of it's present, and you can sort of feel that it's present as you move along this road.
I'm gonna turn to Arena and I'm gonna say, when you go out, do you typically get followed by animals?
I
A bird?
am. She sort of like shakes her head and says, "I don't quite understand the question. What
I don't trust it either, sister.
what is happening? What?
Calm down. Just be calm. Just. There is a bird that's been following us. So, does anyone have a ranged weapon?
I do. I think Zoot might as well.
It's as ranged as I can throw it, which with these tiny little arms, probably maybe half as far.
I have a crossbow that I could use.
That sounds like a plan. Your brother wouldn't send anything without saying something to us, right?
No, he would not send this, but you. She sort of looks quizzically and, can you show me this animal that you're talking about? This bird?
I'm afraid if I show you that it might know that we're talking about it. I don't know.
I could try to cast a spell on it if you'd like. That may be better than throwing a weapon.
I'll just glance in the direction of where it is, Tyler.
And she sort of looks up, and sees it. It is a raven. They are signs of good luck in Barovia.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't throw a spell at it then.
So, yes, it is.
Why is it following us?
I do not know if it is following us or not, but it is a sign of typically a good omen. If a raven is present, that means we will be hopefully having a safe trip. And she sort of hears that wolf howl in the distance. She says,
Keep trucking. We should go.
I think it's best if we keep moving, but no, thank you for noticing. Yes.
Sure.
What are we noticing? Sorry, I was just explaining to Isadora the responsibilities of being a watcher.
Oh, yeah.
I was listening intently.
There's a bird following us.
Then that's why you wanted a ranged weapon. I get it now.
Yeah.
Let's just keep moving. The birds can't hurt us.
Okay.
That's a bold statement, and I hope a bird proves you wrong.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch that bird. My eye is on that bird. One eye on the road, one eye on the bird. It's like this, okay?
One eye on the bird, one eye on the road. Got it. So the path sort of continues through the woods, and you. What's the marching order?
Oh dear.
Probably
to start.
Zoot and I in the maybe should we both be in the front? One at the front, one in the back. Irina
the front,
probably
one
in
in
the
the back.
middle.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a cart, so I will be in front.
Should I? I can bring up the back.
You should bring up the rear. In those new pants of yours.
I can be like third if we want to move from the position again.
We can sandwich Irina.
I can be second to last if we want to keep Irina towards the middle, maybe.
Okay.
I'll be behind Zoot. And then Irina will be behind me.
Mhm.
Willow will be behind Irina.
And Isadora
And
in the
the
back.
rear.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
So, with Irina sort of being in between the sisters, she's where, how? See, I did not my brother brought you to the house, and I am sorry that we didn't really have. There was so much going on with my father and things. What brings you here? Why are you? What are you doing in Barovia?
Oh, yeah, we work for Lady Isadora. We're actually looking for our friend.
Yes, I see. I know. I remember you saying that your friend had gone missing, and you were here looking for him. But I guess my asking is, people don't typically wander into Barovia willingly.
Yeah,
We got lost.
we're actually not sure how we got here either.
We were
We just
traveling
kind of
and
kept
now
walking.
We were
And then we were
fleeing from this creature, and
I'm gonna nudge her.
It's fine.
Look, Irina, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't trust this place. It's not that I don't trust you. I just need to take care of my family. I think the less we know about each other, the better.
Not true for me. I would like to know everything about you and your brother. I'm happy to share any information about me you might require.
I mean, where are you from? Like, what? I am just, I am sorry. I am just confused.
But I'm from Levincon. Do you know where that is? Is that a place near here?
And she
Have
just
you
sort
heard
of,
of that?
she's-
Eisenhound, Azugbo, Brim, Terrace. None of these sound familiar to you. Do you know what's outside of Barovia?
Well, we have never traveled outside of Barovia. The mists.
And you've never seen a map of any sort that shows you where you are in the realm?
No. We know that there are places outside of Barovia. People come in and out at times. It seems as if certain members of the Vistani tribes have an ability to travel back and forth through the mists depending on the circumstance, but we are not. It is not often that people come from elsewhere. The people who are born here live here and stay here and die here, or they don't die here and they just continue living.
I see. Would you like to leave Barovia? Do you like living here? That's a silly question. I assume not, considering you're being besieged by an angry vampire.
Yes, it is not. This is not a happy land to call home, but unfortunately there is no escape, so we make do with what we have, and we try to make the best life that we can in the time that we have it.
That is extremely brave of you.
But there is no real other option, so I don't know if it's brave or just.
Well, the other option
is
either to be afraid or to join with the villains. So I think you've chosen the bravest route.
That is kind of you to say.
I'm going to walk up. Well, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna try and get Winnie's attention.
Okay. Like surreptitiously,
like-
or just gonna walk up next to her and.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna walk up next to her and just kind of like bump her, and kind of pull her a little bit ahead of like Arena.
I'll chatter with her. I kind of notice that this is happening. I'll try to chatter with her and distract her.
Yeah. What's going on? Why do you want to tell her things?
I mean, I read this book, right, that said when you're trying to lie, the key to lying is making up as little bit as possible. You just change a few details. That way it doesn't become some large scheme that's hard to remember when it's just a small variation of the truth. Lying
Yeah.
101.
I mean, trust me, I got her lie remembered. I just want to make sure that you're not getting attached.
I am not attached. I just feel bad for
Okay.
her.
So, I mean, if she dies, we leave her. You gotta go. It's about us surviving, our family. I didn't even want to get involved with this in the first place. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
But aren't we supposed to be better than that?
I want to keep you alive. I made a promise to Father, so I'm gonna stick to it.
I'm just having a hard time here, Willa.
I know. You're different than me. I'm more like Mom, and you're more like Dad.
There's things that need to be fixed that probably aren't going to get fixed.
It's probably true, but it's not our job to fix them.
Then whose is it if no one's going to do anything?
If no one's gonna do anything, that's their problem. It's Barovia's problem. We have our own problem, and that is finding our professor and getting home. If people die, people die. As long as our family is okay, Zoot, even Isadora, I care about us, not outsiders that we bring in. I just wanted to make sure we're on the same page, okay? I'm not trying to upset you,
I
but
know. I just don't agree.
I know.
Don't
I'm
worry.
sorry.
I know family comes first, but
Just priorities, us living, and I want to get her there, I do, but if she dies, she dies.
she's a person.
So are you. So am I. She's a person that we just met a few days ago that we had no idea existed in a land that we never knew existed.
But we do know now.
I don't care. I just want to get home. We're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Man, I really want a
Nice.
cart.
I'm actually going to ask her in the back. I see you have a rapier. What are your strengths in battle? It might be helpful to know should it come to that.
Well, I am certainly not as good a fighter as my brother, but I can hold my own.
Why didn't your brother come with us, by the way? I was just so lost in my own fascinating thoughts. I wish you could have been in my head with me, but I was very distracted.
Oh yes, he with our father now gone, he is responsible for the entire town. So
That's a good excuse. Okay. All right. Back to you.
No, it is okay. My brother trained me as best he could. He has certainly gotten much better with a sword recently. But you do not need to worry about me.
Do you use magic or simply your sword?
No, I
No magic. Understood.
No, I'm not blessed, cursed with magical ability. I guess it depends on who you ask and what you consider. It sounds as if
Even Zoot and I would have very different answers
I would say
to
it
that.
sounds as if your dragon friend would answer that magic is a curse, of course. But
On a bad day, even I would say that, to be honest.
I could see that. What, if you don't mind my asking, what can you do with magic?
I can either heal people or hurt people. I can do either very well and very little else with it.
That is good. Healing is especially important in these parts. So I appreciate you being
That makes sense.
being with us.
I am happy to be here as well, Irina.
And as you continue on, the four of you, with Irina sort of sandwiched between the group, you come to a small bridge over a river, and it was marked on the map. You were expecting this. It is beautiful. The water is clear, bright blue. The river flows pretty powerfully under the bridge. That spans about 50 feet from one side to the other. And Irina just sort of points and says, "Okay, so we will cross here, and then it should be a little bit longer until we need to make the turn towards the Tserpool encampment. Yes?"
Does anyone need to refill water skins now?
That is a brilliant idea. This would be the time to do it. There will not be any
I
more water
assume-
until we hit the pool in a few
Is
hours.
the water as evil as everything else here?
No. The water from the river.
Not like the devil's water?
No, this is the river Evelis. It flows through the entire land. It is where all of our water comes from, so it is safe.
Yeah, I'll refill my 2 water skins.
Yeah. I'll do it too.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have any water skins. Zoot has
Zoot
all of
has
my
your
shit.
shit.
Yeah, the second one I have is yours.
I see. Great. I do not refill my water skin.
Zoot is like always thinking ahead. He's living in 2053 and we're in 2021.
They're really very excellent assistants. You really need to get some of your own.
We had servants back when I was a little girl, but we were unable to afford them. No, they just
Oh.
I'm going to lean into her actually, and say very quietly, trying to be out of the earshot of the others. I had a rather similar experience growing up. If you'd ever like to talk about it more, I would be more than happy to. I've met few others who can relate.
it is a common tale in Barovia to have such fortune and favor, and then have it all go to ruin in a matter of months or years. It is fairly common.
It is not common where I'm from, and tends to bring a great deal of shame to the family it happens to.
That I can understand and empathize with that. I hope that you will not find this rude of me, but the way you talk to Ismark,
All right, everyone! Has everyone filled their water skins? Are we ready to carry on?
I actually just a minute. I'm almost done.
Thank you, Zoot.
Are you betrothed? Are you
No.
someone of your age? I'm just surprised that
Yes, that would go along with the former shame and embarrassment I was mentioning.
I am sorry.
It is rather a sore point, but I'm happy to speak about it if you have any questions.
No, it is just the customs in in Barovia are different. They marriage is not something that we aspire to as much as it seems as if you or those from where you come from do. It is just a curious
It is a game where I'm from, but a very powerful game.
game.
Game that affects every part of your life. And to lose this particular game is as good as a death sentence
Interesting.
in many ways.
I think I understand what you mean by game, but perhaps we can speak more of this.
Yes.
I am interested to know. Well, now that you are here and this is your new home, I am just curious as to your interest in Eastmark. That's all I'm wondering.
Yes.
Izzy and Eastmark sitting in a tree.
She's a very poorly trained servant. We're still working on it.
Not a servant. We've been over this.
Mechanic, my servant mechanic. Your brother just seems like a very kind, handsome, brave. He got a very rugged figure and such deep, soulful eyes. That's all. It was just a flight of fancy, a bit of fun. Nothing more serious than his smile, and it's we're past it. We're moving on.
Well, I hope that we can make it back to the village, or that he can meet us in Vallaki at some point, and you will get a chance to see him again.
I would like that very much. I don't know if he would, but I hope so.
Everybody make a perception check for me.
Oh boy.
I think I nat won this. I don't think I'm paying any fucking attention. I 13'd it.
Got a 9.
19.
Zoot.
Yep. I got a 17 plus 1 is 18.
So Zoot and Willa, a smell hits your nostrils.
What kind of smell?
Zoot, you know what death smells like. Willa, maybe not so much. But you're rough and tumble, so
I've seen it.
you've seen some shit. So
I've seen some shit.
you also probably know. So as you sort of continue further, you've crossed the bridge. You're sort of moving up towards that crossroads that Arena was mentioning, and you certainly begin to smell the smell of sort of rotting decomposition and death.
God, do you smell that?
Yeah. Stay close, everyone. Winter, now would be a bad time for one of your solo adventures.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
No side quests today, please.
Hey, is that crow still up there?
Look,
Make an investigation check.
14.
The raven isn't. You don't see it at this point.
Or raven.
That's all you know.
Okay. Can I don't know, is the smell coming from like a certain direction?
You rolled a 19.
Like ahead of us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so as you sort of walk further down the road, the smell becomes stronger as you move forward.
Oh God. Okay. So I'm going to keep my voice quiet and I'm just gonna say, okay, so I don't know everyone's background, but if we come across something that is terrifying, I'm gonna need everyone not to scream. Okay?
Understood.
And as you move closer, Isadora and Winnie, you now begin to smell, and Irina sort of puts a hand up to her nose as well. And oh,
Ugh, What is
yes, this is.
that smell? Ugh.
And she just
What is that?
this. We are coming up on the gallows. And right as she says it, you sort of there's a break in the trees, and you see these old gallows at the side of these crossroads.
Are there bodies hanging?
There's a single corpse hanging from a thick rope.
Is it old or recent?
Make a perception check from this distance. If you want to go up to it, you could make a medicine check and
I might. Sorry, I'm trying to zoom out on the map, and I'm instead just rotating my character endlessly. Anytime you see her doing flips, it's because I'm trying to zoom out. Okay, I see it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna walk up to it. Sorry, guys. I'm sure that's stupid as shit, but here I go.
Last time you did that, it's not like we had to fight a shambling mound.
At least it'll attack me first.
So medicine check, Isadora.
Oh yes, medicine. Sorry. Not great. Not great. 15.
It's been dead a while. It's pretty rotten. It's past the sort of bloated stage and is now just kind of withered and graying and turning to this sort of just like sun-bleached, leathery skin. But the smell coming off of it is still potent.
I'm going to bow my head and murmur a quick prayer to Karelin to ease this person's transition into night. And then I'll rejoin the group.
You know, the last time we ran into a dead person, it was trying to kill us in a
But-
hallway.
All the times before that, we made friends. So I'm going to stay open-minded.
What happened to the rules?
I've never been very good with rules.
You know what? Respectable answer. Winnie will nod at you.
Thank you, Winnie.
Arena, do we know why he was killed?
Oh, I do not recognize the. I mean, it would be tough to recognize anyone at this point, even my own brother. But it is difficult to know why someone was hanged in Barovia. It could be for a variety of reasons. And from a variety of people. These gallows are not a private establishment. She sort of like gestures across the road from the gallows, and you can see above them, sort of across the street, there's a low stone wall around what are very small headstones in this sort of like rural roadside cemetery directly across from the gallows. And she says, these are people come here from Barovia, other places, the camps, to put to death members of their villages who have done terrible things. We do not have a gallows in the square, so the gallows are here.
Are there names on the graves?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. I think I'm good at that.
I'll be right back.
18.
18. So you sort of make your way through, and there are 11 of these stones sitting in the cemetery. Everyone is blank.
Yeah. Anything remarkable over one from the other? Are they identical?
Not identical in the sense of the sort of stones are misshapen, different shapes and sizes, but none of them bear any markings of identification, dates, nothing. They're just blank.
Why did these people get buried?
Well, these are the plots of people who are hanged here at the gallows, so could have been for a variety of reasons. Again, I have never participated or attended a hanging here, but I know of those who have for various crimes. Early on in my life, I know that, well, a group attempted to storm the castle, Ravenloft, where the Count resides, and a member of the party betrayed the group to the Count. So the surviving members of the group, upon returning and learning that this person had betrayed them, brought him here and strung him up. So I would assume that he is one of these, and she sort of gestures to the plots, but she said, I do not know for sure.
You hear that, Isadora? Sometimes in Barovia, you can't even trust the people you travel with.
I'm sorry, I did not hear it. I was once again lost in my very fascinating thoughts. What?
I was just saying that a group had been betrayed by a member of their party as when they attempted to storm the Castle Ravenloft. So they brought that person here and ended their life.
Zoot, what sort of implication was that? Do you not trust me? Should I not trust you? Do we collectively not trust the sisters? Does none of us trust Irina? What was your implication? I would like to discuss this further.
We should keep moving if we want to make it to the encampment before sunset.
Fine by me.
Okay, so you sort of, Zoot, as you approach that crossroads, you see that signpost. The path leading north says Serpool, Ser. The one to the south says Ravenloft and Valaki.
That first option, which I will not pronounce because I will bastardize it, that's where the Vishtani are?
Yes, so you would remember Eastmark mentioned
Yeah,
Serpool.
I was going to say, I vaguely remember him saying that.
And Irina sort of comes up behind you at this point and says, yes, we should take the path to the north. While the sign tells you to go the southern route to Velaki, we will meet that path eventually, but this will get us to a place where it is safe to bed for the night. Without trying to reach. Valaki is probably another 2.5 days from here, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll lead the group up north.
Okay. So as you continue up the path, I need the four of you to make another perception check for me.
I love how many of these we're making.
I don't.
Oh, that one was good. 21.
Everyone heard that, right? Everyone heard
I got a
that?
16.
I sure did.
Okay, just want to make sure.
16, 21.
I got a 19.
19.
And a 12.
We need 12. So, Isadora, you're sort of at the back of the group.
Yes.
And as the group continues in front of you, the rest of you, this is sort of out of earshot. But you hear a creaking behind you.
I'm going to just slowly glance over my shoulder, very casually.
You notice, particularly because you were the one that approached the body previously, that the body that was hanging has turned. And its eyes are open and just looking at you. And what was once a sort of leathery, lifeless corpse, it's you.
Oh my god.
It's just watching. It's like, I'm going to bed. I'm going back to Iceland.
I'm going to stop walking for a moment and kind of raise a hand and see what it does.
Just looking.
Oh god, I hate this place so much. This is the worst place in the whole world. I'm going to turn around and follow my friends. I hate this.
Do you
I hate it here. I want to go home.
do you clue any of them in, or are you just gonna?
You know what? I might be hallucinating, and I would rather they not know that.
Okay, just keeping that shit to yourself.
I mean, I'm going to keep glancing over my shoulder to make sure it's not like following us. But I said a prayer for it. There's really not much more I can do right now.
Willa, your perception is able to pick up a faint sound off to the left.
What does it sound like?
A rustling, a shifting of leaves, as if, I mean, you all have been making sort of standard amount of noise as you walk along the road, nothing, but it's not footfalls, it's just rustling.
Like, is it noticeable? Like, is it like, it's weird to hear? Or is it like nature sounds?
It's, based on your experience thus far on the road, it's a bit out of place.
Okay. I am going to quietly say, movement to our left.
And as you say that,
And then I'm gonna.
you hear,
Can
I need
Oh,
I need
no.
all four of you to roll initiative. As two large wolves
Puppies!
burst from the brush around to the side of you,
I didn't boop anyone's snoot today. I forgot the snoot boop.
and
What
they
did I
are
say?
they
Got
are
a horse to each
racing towards the five of you. Initiative rolls.
18.
18.
Nobody listens to Zoot.
What did Zoot say?
Zoot was trying to get us a cart with 2 horses because it's very easy. to
Isadora
just-
18, Willa 18.
Smart wasn't giving us.
Willa is 22.
Winner.
18.
And Zoot
4.
Oh boy.
I'm looking ahead. I'm not looking to the left. I didn't hear anything.
Irina also got a 4, so she will be going last. All right, Willa, you're up first. These two wolves have burst from the brush to your left. What are you doing?
I'm going to rotate in their direction. And I am going to let out the loudest scream and cast Thunderwave in their direction.
Okay, is it a spell attack or a save?
It looks like save halves the damage.
Okay.
So I think you have to save. So I still have to roll, yeah?
Nope, that'll just be a roll for me against your spell save DC. So what is that?
13.
13. They both fail.
Yes.
Do they now?
They do.
All creatures, objects in area, 2d8 plus 1d... Whoa, this is confusing. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2d8 first. No modifier. Okay, so that's an 11. And then it says plus 1d8 thunder damage. So let's do... Oh shit, I rolled a d8 instead. I'm sorry. Wait, is that right? Yes, that's right. And then 1d8, sorry.
This
Why
is
is
Thunder
this
Wave? So
Yeah.
it's 2d8,
Right?
2d8 thunder damage, and then they're pushed 10 feet away from you. That's it.
Why does it say 2d8 plus 1d8 the thunder damage on my sheet? That's weird. I'm sorry.
Every time you cast it at a higher spell slot, you
Oh.
increase by 1d8.
Got it. That was very confusing.
All good.
Sorry, I will not look at that. So yes, 2d8.
So 2d8, what is that damage?
That was still 11 because I rolled that the first time. Yeah.
You see both of these wolves get stopped in their tracks and pushed back 10 feet from you, and as the force of the thunder wave hits them, they collapse onto the ground, still and unmoving. But just as that happens, you see two more approach from the opposite side of the road. Willa, you moving? You staying where you are?
I am going to where am I? They're coming from behind me now? Sorry.
Up to the... So you were looking in the direction of the wolves that you just hit,
yeah,
so
I was
yes.
to the left.
Technically, yes, they're coming from
up
behind
behind
you.
me to my
Yes.
right. Okay, so I'm going to move up the path if I can, like straight, like kind of like do like a pivot, like pivot around so I can see. Yeah. So I'll do like a little movement here and just so I don't have my back turned to them. And then Tyler, as a bonus action, I'm gonna clutch the little doll I had. And I'm kind of gonna like go very like still for a minute, like weirdly still, and my eyelids are going to flutter, and then I'm going to roll the dice and tell you what's gonna happen. All right, so I rolled giant on my board here. So you speak of the deeds of a mighty giant. Each creature of the target's choice it can see within 30 feet of it must make a strength saving throw, taking force damage equal to 2 rolls of your bardic inspiration die on a failed save and is knocked prone. A creature that succeeds on its saving throw takes half as much damage and isn't knocked prone. So I'm gonna target that Wolfie that just popped out.
Best college. Great choice. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And for the folks at home, Liana, can you explain what this is?
So, hey guys. So remember when I talked to that little girl and she kind of got inside me? So I decided it'd be really fun if maybe like I turned into like a ghost whisperer bard. So like I took that totem and now I'm gonna use that as kind of like my focus for freaky shit. So here's some freaky shit. So basically I'm College of Spirits. So I'm going to be doing all kinds of spooky stuff sometimes, and I haven't used it yet, so here we are.
So the wolf succeeds, the one sort of closest to you at the corner of the graveyard.
Okay, so
it takes half damage. I believe is it 15 feet? I believe the other one is outside the range.
Okay, it's 30 feet.
Oh, okay, so one more roll. That one succeeds as well.
Okay, so it looks like taking force damage equal to 2 rolls of your Bardic Inspiration die. So my Bardic Inspiration die is a D6.
So 2d6 and then halved will be the damage they take.
2d6 and then half. Okay. 8. And I'm just gonna be here muttering a story under my breath. And it's gonna, if it's cool with you, Tyler, like I'd really like my voice to change into like a giant voice.
Absolutely.
As I'm just muttering this story incoherently, like under my breath.
Yeah, so the wolves they sort of rear up seemingly from out of nowhere and begin lunging at the group. They stop for a second and you sort of hear a whining and you see them sort of shaking their heads. Clearly in distress, but not down. Isadora, you're up.
I'm going to go ahead and I can't use this on undead, so might as well use it now. I'm going to cast Sleep on them, which is 5d8 worth of hit points. Let me roll that. I only have 1d8, so I'm so sorry. That's 2. 4, kill me. 10. 17, that was 4, so one more. 17 plus 6 is 23 hit points of creatures fall asleep, starting with the lowest current hit point creature.
Okay. Both of those wolves drop. They are down and asleep.
So, are they going to follow us if we just run away? Do we want to run away? Do we need to kill them because we think they're going to follow us? Zoot, you know these things.
Zoot is only just now coming to terms with the fact that we are being attacked by wolves, because all Zoot heard was a giant scream. He turned around and saw some wolves fly backwards, and then some giant mutterings. Zoot's probably all taking it in. I don't think he's got a game plan yet.
All right, well, only hit one at a time, please. Gang up on one.
Are you moving, Isadora, or are you staying put?
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna move. Good call, thank you. Try to put myself there.
All right.
That's it for
Winnie, you're up.
Winnie is not
here. So Zoot, you're up.
Great. I was told to hit one at a time, and I'll do what I do best. I will walk over, so I'm next to that wolf, and I'm going to roll a d20.
It wakes up as soon as it takes damage, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
I got an 18, so I'm going to go ahead and roll damage.
And it is asleep and prone, so it's an auto crit on a hit.
Nice.
I love sleep. Great spell.
10. And the total damage I deal is going to be 11, with one smash of the halberd to the back of the wolf.
Yep, that wolf is down. You
And
went to the one
now,
up, the one sort of far up above you.
One far up above me. I don't see one far up above me. I see one to my right by that wall.
So that's the one you're taking out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that guy out. There we go. Sorry.
There he goes.
And then I'll turn to the others, and I will see. Oh, I do see it now. There is one slightly above me from there. I am going to tell the others to. I'll say, stick together. Don't separate. They pull off the weak.
Okay, and
Form a
Irene.
huddle around Irina.
And Irina is just kind of planted, waiting. She unsheathes her rapier and sort of looks to the ready. She backs up against you, Isadora, so that the two of you are back to back. And she just is sort of watching behind you.
Zoot never wants to go back to back with me. This is a great day. I've always wanted to go back to back.
As you hear a roar from the left of the road where the first wolves came out, and
Oh, shit.
a wolf, probably about 3 times the size of the others, leaps into the road in front of you, blocking your path, and just snarls. And it's gonna run up. Zoot, having seen you just take down one of its compatriots, it's going to make an attack against you. That is a 17 to hit.
That is a miss.
So it sort of lashes out with its teeth and goes to bite you, but you're able to sort of jut back and knock it away with your shield.
Great.
Actually, that's a 22 to hit. Sorry, I forgot about pack tactics. One of its allies is next to it. Does that hit?
Is it? Which of its allies is near me?
Near it.
Oh, I gotcha.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. No. The
yeah,
allies
22.
the ally is incapacitated. Never mind. It's a miss. Forget me. You're good.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay, it was a miss, then it was a
sort
hit,
of
it was
knocks
a miss.
off. You knock away its bite attack, and Winnie, we skipped you, so let's go back up to you. You've now got this larger wolf to deal with, and one up, sort of behind it, that is asleep currently.
I don't know if we
may not have
I
Winnie
can't
back
hear
yet.
Kelsey. I don't know if you can hear her. Okay.
Okay. Then we'll go back up to Willa. Willa, it's up to you.
How now?
Okay, so,
Yes, Kelsey, can you hear us?
Yes, my aux cord just, I think, pooped out. Sorry.
All good. So you're up.
Awesome. Let me pull up Foundry real quick. I apologize. How many wolves are still alive?
There is a single wolf that is asleep, and a much larger wolf that has joined the fray, that has just narrowly missed an attack against Zoot, and is standing sort of right between Irina and the path.
Okay. Okay, it's taking a lot of load, so I'll just look off James's screen. So there's a wolf that's threatening Irina.
It seems to be right in her sort of path, yes.
Okay, yeah, I will put myself. Where's Irina? Okay, there it is. I'll move. Let's see. Time to remember what I can do. As my bonus action, I will prepare Magic Stone.
Okay, yep.
And as my action, I will shoot my crossbow at the wolf.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
That's a 15 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's a 5.
All right.
And then I will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'll just say, hey, ugly! This way. Come here, boy.
It sort of snarls over at you, takes the bolt in its shoulder, and then looks back towards Zoot, the one that took down one of its fellow creatures. So Irina is up, and she is going to make an attack at this large wolf with her rapier. That is a success. She is going to roll damage. It takes 4 more damage as she sort of leans forward and plunges her rapier in, keeping sort of a hand behind her on you, Isadora, making sure she doesn't move too far away from you, and just stabs her rapier into it with a scream and pulls the blade out. This sort of thick black blood oozes out of the fresh wound in the side of the creature.
Oh. Damn it, she stepped away from me. Ugh. Idiot. Isadora doesn't have the protection fighting style. Irina.
You moved away from her.
I was gonna say,
She's
you-
not moved.
No. She was catty corner to me when I stepped over to fight that one wolf.
Yeah, and
I
you just
kept
never
her
came all the way
next-
back.
Oh wait,
You
what?
did have enough
You just
movement
never
to step
came
back
back.
if that was your plan.
Oh, that
was to
my...
go and boop
just
the
walked-
Yeah,
boop the
the
snoot
goal.
of the
I said
sleeping wolf
everybody
and move
huddle
back.
up. I said everybody huddle up and get around Irina.
Okay, you're all
And
within
you broke
5
your own
feet
rules,
of her.
Zoot.
Okay, it is
Isn't
back
that the
to.
theme of this group? We don't really listen to the rules we set.
It is
You know,
back
it's not really a very
to
democratic process to set the rules, so...
I agree. I don't.
Willa's turn, and Willa. You see another large creature jump down from the gallows and land in the road behind you,
All you had to do was warn us. All
trying
you had to do
to.
was warn us.
2 coming in trying to pin you in.
Okay, that's nice to see. Yikes. All right, so I am going to. All right. I am going to cast Dissident Whispers on the one approaching from behind. So that is save.
Okay. Wisdom save?
I don't know.
Dissonant Whispers.
Oh my gosh, these gargles.
Yep, wisdom saving throw. So it rolled an 18.
All right. So if I think it's on a successful save, the target takes half as much
Okay.
damage.
So 3d6 psychic
So-
damage.
3d6. That's 13.
Okay, so halved. 6. Great. This is the one that sort of just
then-
appeared in the road behind you.
Yep. And I'm going to say behind, and then I am going to sing Zoot's name, and he is going to gain a bardic inspiration.
Okay. Zoot, take your 1d6. Are you moving or are you staying put, Willa?
I am going to follow the directions and stay huddled around her.
Okay.
But I'm going to change my attention to face the guy coming, the one I just
Yep.
hit. Because that
Yep,
makes sense.
Isadora, you're up.
First I want to glance over my shoulder and see what the corpse hanging from the gallows is doing. If it still looks like me, if it's watching us, etc.
As you look, it has returned to its original state.
Okay. Then I'm going to take a step just over here, so I'm in range, and I'm going to try to hit it with my rapier. that might not hit, but I have to scroll on my sheet away from my spells. Why are they on different pages? That would be a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, lit, okay. For 10 points of damage!
Nice.
That was a good ass hit with my rapier. That's not usually that good. Feeling very empowered. Having a empowered day.
Okay, you staying put?
Yeah, staying there.
All right, Winnie, you're up.
Yeah. So we're gonna now. Let me pull it up. We're now gonna do the magic stone with the catapult, like we did on the shambling mound, or the flesh mound. If you remember, Tyler.
Yeah, so you're just using catapult, and then you'll get
Right.
extra damage with the magic because of the
Right.
magic stone. Yep. So go ahead and
Exactly.
roll an attack for catapult.
I think it's a save you gotta make. The creature must make a dexterity
dex
saving
save. Yes.
throw.
Okay.
Um,
Rolled a 16.
I think that succeeds. I'm pretty sure that succeeds. Yeah, I'm at a 14.
Okay.
So
So-
it'll take.
I'll take the object when the object strikes something. The object and what it strikes take 3d8 bludgeoning.
Doesn't say what happens when it succeeds.
It seems like it does not hit, so it wouldn't. It would just
Okay.
miss and not take any
Okay.
damage.
That's fine.
Okay. Are you moving or are you staying put?
Let's take another look. I will move probably just another 5 feet here. If a wolf comes back from behind me, I'll use. Can I hold the rest of my movement, or is that not possible?
You can hold an action.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I think you could hold. You can hold partial movement if you haven't used it all. We'll say you can for tonight.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
Okay. Just if something comes out from behind me that starts charging me, I'll use my movement to move back towards Willa.
Okay. Zoot, what are you doing?
I am going to. I'm going to try to stay. Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to move down and to the here, so that all three of them are within my protection range. And then I am going to go ahead and try some damage on this beastie.
Okay, give me an attack.
Yep. Total of 9 on the attack.
9 misses.
Not going to hit. So I am going to.
Wait, did you use your bardic inspiration?
Oh, I didn't. I don't. If Tyler allows it, I will add it. But I
Sure.
don't know how.
If you want to add it to this roll, go ahead.
Okay, I'll roll 1d6 to add to the 9. Oh, I got a 2. So 11.
Still misses.
Yeah, sorry, that's gonna burn the dice, the inspiration. Then I am going to just let's just check my bonuses. I don't think I got much here. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in place and keep my shield ready.
All right, it is Irina's turn, and she's going to sort of step around you, Zoot, and sort of swing through you.
Sure.
So she can make an attack on this direwolf. She is killing it. That is a 17.
Yes, Irina. I like her more this episode. The more she stabs,
And she
things,
once
the more
again,
I'm
she
like,
sort
I
of,
chose the wrong
she
sibling.
sort of, and she plunges her rapier into the side of the beast, and it sort of snarls out in pain. That one's looking hurt. And she's going to, she sort of sees what you're doing, Zoot, and she kind of wordlessly gets the plan, and sneaks back behind you and behind the shield, staying within melee with the creature. Willa, it's back to you. Or I'm sorry. Never mind. Wolfie's got to go.
No, they don't.
So one gets to make a. Do I get to make a save against sleep each turn?
Sleep is just sleep.
I
They're
think
just
sleep
asleep
is
until
just
someone
sleep.
shakes them awake. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Until we damage them or one of their allies shakes
no
them
wisdom
awake.
saving throw. So the one in front of you, Isadora, is going to make an attack
At disadvantage.
at disadvantage. That's still an 18.
That
Sorry.
will miss! You gave me a breastplate, Tyler! My AC is so much better!
All right. Once again, it sort of snarls and bites at you, and you're able to sort of deflect it with your
DM.
parasol. The other one, though, is going to see that one of your group has sort of fallen to the side, and it's going to run over and try to
Trying to get away.
bite Winnie. That is a natural 20.
Ah, why is it always the crits on me?
So you are going to take...
God damn it!
Oh, and it's
Oh,
2d6
no.
and I rolled double
Oh.
sixes. So that's 12, 24, 27 points of damage, Winnie, as the jaws of the dire wolf slam against your body and pierce into you. And it just sort
Hi,
of
Winnie.
looks up and howls, snarls, looks at you on the ground, and then looks back at the group and just bares its teeth at the rest of them. Winnie, are you still up? Oh, did she
I
crash
can't
again?
imagine she is.
Winnie has left the
I think she
chat.
crashed again.
I only have 23, and my con score is definitely higher than hers, so I can't imagine.
Yeah, she's definitely down.
Okay. Willa, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna see that because I was watching him. So I am going to. Fuck. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
You're
all good. Take
gonna
your time.
break formation, and you know what? Zoot can't even blame you there.
What?
I said you're gonna probably break formation, and Zoot can't blame you for this one.
I probably am. So I'm trying not to think like Liana. I'm trying to think of like me, you know, in this scenario. So I'm going to rush after the dog that just bit my sister. And I am going to scream at it in Elvish. And I am going to try and... Oh, God. I am going to... Oh, God, I don't know what to do.
You can move without provoking attacks from this wolf because you're actually 10 feet away, I think,
Yes.
unless the wolf has 10-foot range.
So if I just move towards her, I am going to yank her backwards.
Okay.
And I guess that counts as my
5,
action.
10, yeah, and then to pull her and drag her away 5 feet from the creature, you've got 10 feet of movement left.
Okay, so I want to get.
So you could pull her another 5 feet.
Could I pull her? Could I pull her back in the direction of Zoot?
You could, but it would pull her out of melee with the one closest to you, so it's going to get an opportunity attack.
But if I pull straight backwards, it won't.
It's gonna.
I guess it's gonna. If you pull her away from it, it's going to be able to use its reaction as an opportunity attack.
Okay. So I'm not gonna pull her then, which means that's not wasting an action.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to use vicious mockery on it.
Okay. How are you mocking it? It fails.
I'm mocking it in Elvish.
It very easily failed.
I'm mocking it in Elvish. I'm calling it a big, ugly, smelly dog, and I'm telling it that I'm going to kill everything that it loves, and I'm gonna make it watch it happen.
Amazing. Roll me some damage.
So 1d4. So not much, but you know, something. All right, I'll take it. 3.
3 points of damage. Great. Isadora.
And I can't do anything else. Sorry, Winnie.
I'm going to sheath my sword. Bonus action, healing word on Winnie. Main action, toll the dead on the wolf we've been beating up on. So the healing word is 1d4 plus my spell mod. So that is 10 points back to you, Winter. Sorry, I gotta mark my. Oh my god!
Wait, Cal, something's going on with your mic. Unless you're intentionally doing a death rattle. Is that an intentional death rattle?
I just said thank you.
Let me see.
Sorry, I'm absolutely not doing Toll the Dead because I'm not taking my glove off right now, so I'm just going to do Word of Radiance. I speak my word, and they have to make a Constitution saving throw. Actually, it's each creature I can... Yeah, nope, it's only... That's so stupid, but I've made this character choice, so I have to follow through with it. God, fucking kill me. Yep, I'm just doing Word of Radiance. He can make his con save.
Word of Radiance. Got it. That is a 19.
Yeah, okay, he saves. Doesn't matter anyways.
Okay.
Is this better? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes,
you're-
there it
you're
is.
fixed.
Okay.
All right, well, Winnie's stabilized
Sorry.
at least, and I'm not going anywhere.
Winnie is
Stabilized just in time for her to sound normal, huh?
Winnie is stabilized. Well, Winnie's up. Winnie has
Yeah.
healed. She's up.
It's also her turn.
It is her turn.
Okay.
You are knocked. You are still prone, by the way.
Yeah. So it's half my movement to be unprone. So I'll do that. I will try my catapult again
Okay.
on this one. So make it a dex save.
Natural 1.
Awesome, thank you.
Roll me some damage. And that was with a magic stone, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so
Additional
magic,
1d8, I think.
yeah, magic stone. Let me just double check. It's 1d6 plus my spellcasting modifier.
Okay. 1 second.
Tyler broke something.
I rolled dumb high.
Sorry, everybody. We are back. Winnie was just rolling me some damage on catapult, so go ahead.
And I rolled dumb high. So
ahead.
in total, it's gonna be 28 damage.
28 damage.
You giving it back.
Onto the one. Yeah.
Didn't he get you to 28?
And that is...
Yeah, well...
How do you kill it?
Oh, yeah. So...
Winnie takes her revenge.
Yeah, she fucking does. So... She'll get up from the ground, and she's a little stably. She'll grab onto you, Willa, for a second to trying to get her footing, and with her other hand, she'll kind of conjure back up this catapult she had the last time, and she'll look at you, and she'll say, "Just, I can kill it," and then she'll put her magic stone in there, and she'll say, "Die, you dirty dog!" And she'll like pull the catapult and have it aimed to gash it in its head.
Awesome. The catapult, the magic stone sort of slices through, hits it in the head, and it, with a howl, goes down in a heap. You moving? You using the rest of your movement?
5, 10, 15. I think that's the farthest I can go. I was gonna try to get back to Zoot.
Okay. Zoot, you're up.
Yep, rolled a hit with the halberd. Got a 9 again. I think that's the second time in a row I got a 9. So
9, the halberd just sort of swings
you know,
wide.
I'm okay being the protector here. That's just kind of what I do. So I'll just do that.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Standing there behind your shield, unmoving. All right, one more time with Irina with her rapier. She's going to sort of like look and glance at you, Winter, and see that you're still up. You could see she had been reaching in her pack the second she saw you go down to try to find something. Sees that you're up now, sort of nods and puts it down. Okay. That is a 18 that hits. She's gonna roll damage. 9 more points of damage for Irina as she stabs the rapier in one more time. That thing is looking toasty, but it is its turn, and it is going to try and make a bite attack on you, Zoot.
At disadvantage? Oh, it's not a disadvantage
No.
if it's me. No,
Not anymore. Right at you. That is
Tyler said, I know the way around this.
hit the one who has the thing. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, of course that's a hit, you idiot.
Don't talk to your DM that way, James. He's gonna.
That is 11 points of damage.
Yeah,
Zooty Zoot.
take that.
Now, when James calls you an idiot, I want you to know he does not speak for the party, just himself.
Agreed.
6
Seconding
more
that.
dire wolves burst through the clearing.
I feel emboldened by it being 2 in the morning.
Willa, it is your turn.
Not to cheat. Isn't it the wolf's turn?
What?
Oh, wait, no, it just
It
went.
just went. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna move up toward. I'm going to move towards it. Here. I'm gonna stay here. I'm going to try and get up behind it,
Okay.
and I'd like to attempt to slit its throat with my dagger.
Yeah, make an attack roll with the dagger with advantage.
Because I'm sneaking up from behind.
And technically because you're flanking it, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that means that's a military term. Whatever. Okay, so with my dagger. So that's a 19, the first one. And then the second one is a 19 to hit.
Hits, roll me damage.
Alright, so 1d4 plus 2. Plus 2. Oh, honey! That's a 6!
You stab your dagger into the side of its neck and rip it back. Zoot, Isadora, and Irina, a fountain of blood just spurts out of this thing's neck, covering you all. Your face is just dripping red as the wolf body slams to the ground, and Will is just standing over it, smiling.
I'm gonna be like, "Are we done yet?"
Zoot, it's
Can I
your
look
turn.
around?
You still got a little sleepy guy up there.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll go over. I'll attack.
Give me an attack with
and use
advantage.
sleep. Oh, I get advantage. That is either going to be a. Sorry. That is either going to be a 6 or a 6 or a 19. So I'll do damage. And with a swift kick of the halberd, I do 9 damage.
Yeah, it sort of with a slumbering, sleepy cry, sort of body slumps even further into its laying down position and goes limp and lifeless.
Great. I'd like to shove as much of the wolf as I can in my bag.
How large is your bag?
It does have. Let's see. I mean, it's a backpack. So if it's only like a leg, then I'll take that. I'm actually not looking for food for myself this time. Funny enough,
If
I'm
you
really
want
just
to,
looking for
if you want
meat
to, if
that
you
I
want
can
to take,
throw.
if you want to take the time to butcher this thing, you can stay here. I'd say it'd probably take you. Make a survival check for me.
Okay.
We can cut the head off with a big one. It's already a little.
Survival. I got a 12 total.
Okay. I'd say with a 12, it'd probably take you an hour to cut this thing up into small enough pieces that you could sort of distribute it among the packs. And you could probably take half of it with you.
Yeah, great. That's gonna take way too much time. We got to get this girl there by sunset, so I'm just gonna
Also,
take the halberd and
you are
chop a
not-
leg off.
Putting drippy wolf bits inside.
The drippy wolf bits are now going into the backpack with the spare clothing that I also have.
Yep. Totally fine. Yes, halberd,
This is the
chopping
worst
one leg
day.
off and sticking it in the
Just
bag.
one leg. It's enough.
It's just a
Absolutely.
wolf
Like I said,
leg
This
hanging
is
out of
food
the
for me. This
bag.
is food for
Oh my
emergency.
god.
Absolutely, that can happen. Okay.
Let's keep moving this time. Let's be quiet about it.
And Irina sort of,
You were always quiet about it.
she looks up at all of you and says, thank you so much, and reaches into her pack, and you saw her fumbling in before, and pulls out a large red potion and hands it over to
Oh,
you,
thank
Winnie.
God.
And she's
Thank
got
God.
it's a potion of greater healing. You can either take
So
it,
she's useful after
so you can take it
all.
now,
You
or
know-
you can take it later. But
I take it now.
Stabbing the
Right
wolf.
now. As in this moment.
You don't really need to thank us, Irina. You really held your own there. I think you may have done more damage than Zoot did, to be quite honest.
oh, well,
I think so.
like I said, my brother has taught me well, but I hope that I can continue to be useful. Yes, and Winnie, that's 4d4 plus 4.
Oh shit! That's the good stuff.
Tyler, if I can I look up and see if that bird's anywhere?
Make a perception check.
Okay. 14 plus 19.
Yeah, you see a raven sort of perched and cocking its head in one of the trees right in front of you as you look down the path towards the pool.
I'm gonna take my dagger. And I'm gonna try and throw it. You said it's perched, so it's still.
Yep, it's sitting on a branch in that tree.
I'm gonna try and target it with my dagger, if that is okay with you.
Go for it.
That is a natural 20. I'm really sorry. So what's a 24?
Okay. The dagger sort of flies through the air, and you see it impact this raven, and it just poof, and it evaporates, and it's gone. No cry, no blood, no. The dagger sort of
Just blinks out of existence.
blinks out of existence. And the dagger sort of falls down through the branches and onto the ground.
I turn back to the party and I say, I think he magic.
That makes
That
sense.
thing was magic.
And Irina sort of
So-
looks horrified at the fact that you just threw a dagger at a raven. And she goes, from my experiences living here, the devil is not the only one that wields magic in this area, and ravens have always been signs of goodwill. So I am not sure that that bird was responsible for what just occurred on the road.
I'm not sure it wasn't. It's kind of a very odd coincidence that it appeared and then we were ambushed and then it was still here after the ambush watching. So I just want to keep you safe.
I understand, and I thank you. At this point, the safest we can be is to reach the camp.
Away from
We
here.
are losing daylight quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush over, grab my dagger. I'm gonna wipe it off my pants. And I'm gonna tuck it back where it lives usually.
Yeah, so as you all continue sort of farther down the road, the road gradually disappears and is replaced by this twisty, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. And as you walk through the canopy of this thick fog and mist that seems to hang in the air everywhere you go in this land, gives way a bit to black clouds that boil sort of far above you. You can see the castle in the distance. But there is a clearing in the distance. And you can see the clearing widens to form this lake pool in the middle of the river, several hundreds of feet across. 5 tents, each around 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 wagons. And then a much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, lit from the inside, flickering in torchlight. Next to this tent, 8 horses drink from a trough of water. And you hear the strains of an accordion mixed with laughter and several brightly dressed figures around this fire. And past the encampment, you can see a footpath that sort of meanders along the coast of the banks of this pool and up towards the northwest. And Irina sort of looks at all of you and says, "This is... Okay, this is where we will stay tonight. If that is all right with you."
It looks lovely. Reminds me of the fairs we used to have when I was a child on our lands. They were bright and colourful and full of music. Everyone always said we held the best festivals every year.
Yes, the Vistani are a bright and happy people. They are incredibly welcoming for the most part, and I think that we will be safe here for the evening. And who knows, perhaps they may have seen some evidence of your friend who has gone missing. They travel through the realm much more frequently than most, so they may have some answers where others have not. So you move sort of closer and approach the village, or I'm sorry, the encampment.
Hey Tyler, how many hours have we been on the road?
This
From
is
Barovia?
this has been about 8 hours on the road.
Great. I will strip away the
I was gonna say, have you
fairy
dropped?
story.
And as you approach the encampment, you hear a cry out, "Oi! Hello!" And you see a sort of a younger man in this bright purple jacket, brocades and golds and all around him, his hair tied back. How are you?
Very well. We would be better if we knew we had a warm meal and a place to stay tonight. We of course have gold to pay. But we were hoping we might be able to find some of that around here.
Oh, can I ask where you are coming from?
I'll turn to Irina.
Oh, yes, we are. I am Irina Kolyanovich from the village of Barovia. He says, "Oh yeah, Irina! Welcome, welcome. Yes. Hello. Who are your friends?"
Lady Isadora Maria Onocoleta Louise de Carlisle. This is my bodyguard Zoot the Watcher. My maidservant Willa Fatune, and my mechanic Winter Fatune. We're travelers from afar. We are accompanying Irina on her journey. And we are so grateful for your hospitality already.
Oh, you travel with a real entourage, eh? Like a lot of people with you. But come,
Yes,
come,
I'm a
come.
very important lady.
Yes, we have well, we don't have perhaps beds the way you might want them, but we certainly have places for you to stay for the evening. If you want to come, we can provide you with food and water. Sure, come, and he sort of gestures you to join him around the fire. Says, I am Giovanni. I am a member of
I'm gonna go sit next to him.
this camp. Where do you come from? Well, Irina, I know where you're from, but the rest of you, what brings you to our camp?
Misfortune, honestly. We come from beyond Barovia, beyond the mists and the forests. We certainly didn't intend to end up here, but we're trying to make the most of it. Actually, we're searching for a friend we originally traveled with, and Irina said there's a possibility you may have seen him. He goes by the name of Darwin. He's a rather smallish, dog-looking person who speaks rather quickly and nervously at most times.
And he sort of leans back over his shoulder and looks at a woman who's dressed in similar purples to him, and he says, "Hey, Francesca! You said you saw a small, how you say, what you call it, a half person the other day? No, last week. Francesca saw about a week ago a small person walk through. He tried to ask her for some food, but I don't know. Francesca, his name? No, we did not get his name. And he continued on to Valaki, I'm sure.
What did I tell you? I turn around to face the others. Vloki, I said this was not a waste of time. I said this was a great mission. I said we could be helpful and also productive at the same time. I told you so.
You know what? That was a week ago. We have not been here a week.
It's been a week. We might have been here a week.
We have not been here a week.
It feels like we've been here a week.
Of course it feels like, but it was not a week. So, you know
it
where you
feels
can
like
shove
4
that,
weeks.
Lady Isadora? Into your
Giovanni?
pockets? Into your pockets that you now have because you're wearing pants.
Thank you so much for this information. We were actually on our way to Vloki already. So that we'll put an extra spring in our step.
Yeah, well, Vallaki is a wonderful place to visit. But what, Irina? Why are you leaving Barovia and heading to Vallaki? What? And why are you covered in blood? The three of you, and you, the small one. Are you okay? Do you need? We do not have much in the way of medicine here, but we can certainly help you.
If you can provide us a safe place to stay, I believe I can take care of her.
And he sort of just waves his hands and goes, eh? And this? Eh?
Perfect, beautiful.
No, you use the hands and do the...
Oh, I thought you were... I misunderstood. I'm so sorry. Yes, I do this.
Wonderful. Yes, we don't get much of that around here other than the occasional visitor. But,
Is there anything I can do to help you as long as I'm here? Any healing you need?
oh no, we have wine, we have food. What more do we need?
Fair enough. All right, I'll turn around. This seems like a safe place. I'm gonna turn around and cast. I'll cast. Did anyone get hit with anything aside from our girl?
I did, but
Zoot
I'm going to
took
go
a little
ahead
bit
and
of damage.
spend. Yeah, I'm going to spend 11 lay on hands points on myself.
Okay.
So selfish.
Then
I'm good.
I'll touch. I used healing word. What's my other one? Don't I have
I'm
another one?
okay. I'm okay right now.
Oh, I don't have cure wounds. I'm so sorry. I lied. I didn't take every healing spell I could.
I am actually almost up to full health, thanks to
Great,
the greater
alright.
potion. That's almost.
I'll use my
good.
last 4 lay on hands on Winter.
No, I don't need it though. I'm okay.
Too bad. Now you're even better.
And Giovanni, you see, just
That was
kind of
good.
watches all of this happen and sees the sort of magic taking place, and he goes, "Oh, we need to keep these people around. They are incredibly powerful." Yes.
Where are you traveling to?
Oh well.
I don't think they are.
He just kind of laughs. No, this is our home. We we move throughout the lands a bit, but this is mostly where we keep camp here, and there are friends of ours outside of Vallaki that we sometimes we move back and forth. A few of the families
Wait,
here.
you're the ones who can walk through the mist, correct?
Interesting. Who said that we could walk through the mists?
Ismark told us a bit before we set off with Irina.
Yeah, Irina sort of looks and says, "Well, it's known that you are able to travel through the mist a bit more comfortably than others." And Giovanni just says, "Yes, well, we don't. We must ask permission from the Count to do so, but he has yet to refuse a request, as far as I know. But yes, he grants us the ability at times to move beyond the Mists of Barovia if we need to procure supplies. But he does expect that we come back."
So you
What is
actually,
your... You go, Winter.
so you communicate with the Count.
Yes. Well,
I don't think we should be here.
no, it is not that. And Irina sort of puts her hand on Winnie on your shoulder. There are certain understandings that exist in the history. Do not worry. This is a safe place. I trust Giovanni and these people. And Giovanni sort of gestures to you and says, "Sit. I will explain."
Wait, where do we what? Let's make sure we We know where we're sleeping tonight before we get comfortable.
He sort of points to a tent on the other side. There's that large tent where those horses were drinking outside. And he points to one sort of off next to it and says, we will make some adjustments, and the four of you can sleep in there. Irina, you can sleep really wherever you want. And she just sort of nods and our understanding with the Count is it goes back a ways. When he first came to Barovia, he was a soldier. I am not sure if anyone has told you these stories before, but forgive me if they have. But we do love to tell stories around here. So let me. He was a soldier and was very nearly mortally wounded in battle, and a few Vistani came upon him and his brother on the street and found him, took him in, cared for him, nursed him back to health, delivered him home to his parents, King Berov, Queen Revenovia, and for that, he has always looked kindly on the Vistani. We do not serve him in any way. We do not really pay much attention to him. We respect that he is the land, and we understand that. And he, in return for sort of leaving him alone and respecting his domain, we are able to move when we request to leave. He allows us to leave again to bring supplies to the towns, etc. But
people keep saying this, that he is the land. What precisely does that mean?
Certain people are a little. They're a little more superstitious, perhaps, than myself. He just says, Francesca! She comes over. And she says, he sort of says, explain, the Count. The Count, he controls everything, right? Yeah, and Francesca says, yeah, well, he is nature. He is the powers of being in Barovia. There is he controls life. He controls death. There is no escaping him. Therefore, he is the land. This is what we mean. There is no Barovia without him. There is no him without Barovia. You see?
Well, presumably there was a Barovia before him. If he was injured and a soldier and wounded and cared for.
Giovanni pipes in and says, well, there is complicated. There was a kingdom, but the Count, following the death of his parents, he founded, I guess you could say, created, established the land of Barovia that he now controls. It was not much before he arrived here.
I see. How did he become so powerful?
There are conflicting stories. He is a prince, right? The Count is the son of a king and a queen. He, well, when you've lived as long as he has and you are an undead being, you can become as powerful as you wish. Certain people say that his power comes from the souls that he kills, the souls that he has killed in his past. Others say he has made some sort of deal with a god or an evil creature far beyond the lands of Barovia. And he sort of shakes that out. I don't know, but I do know that he at this point he has been in power for so long that we just accept it. It's hundreds
I'm
of
going
years
to
at
lean
this
over
point.
to Zoot and whisper, I want to kill him. We may not get the opportunity. I'm not going to go out of my way. But if we come face to face, I'm going to try to kill him. Just thought I should give you a heads up, because I imagine you will not like that. So fair warning, I will put my rapier through his chest and suck whatever undead life force I can out of his body.
I will lean over to Lady Isidore and be like, I don't think your rapier would do it. You're gonna need something a bit more wooden or silver.
I believe in us to obtain such things.
I can get you something.
Giovanni kind of leans in. And he goes, you're going to try to kill the Count, huh? Let me...
I'm not going to go out of my way, but...
No.
yes.
Let me tell you a story. So, a year ago, a couple months, give or take, a mighty wizard comes to this land. I remember it like it was yesterday. He came by this encampment, stood exactly where you are standing now. A very charismatic man he was.
Tall or short?
He on the small side, I would say. And he thinks he can rally the people of Barovia against this devil. He stirs them with these speeches of great freedom and power and revolution. And he sends them en masse at the castle. Well, the vampire appears, right? The Count floats down from the top of the tower. Everyone that's with the wizard flees, runs away. Few of them, they stayed behind, but we have never heard or seen from those that stayed again. And all you could see was the wizard and the vampire are throwing magic and spells at one another. The battle flies from the courtyards of the castle to the cliffs overlooking the falls down river, and we could see sparks and flames and... Oh, it was such a display. We saw it with our own eyes. There's thunder is shaking the mountainsides. And you see the vampire, and he stands at the top of the tower, and he casts half the mountain down on top of the wizard. Rocks tumble, boulders fall. But the wizard's magic, he was able to stand his ground. Lightning comes, strikes the wizard. Wizard stays standing. But then, the vampire came down from the tower. The wizard, his magic could not save him then. I watched the vampire grab and throw him 2,000 feet to his death. We, Francesca and myself, a few others, we went to search for the body we could not find. You know. Lost to the river. So, I would just say, be careful around the Count. He is not to be trifled with lightly.
Understood. But I hope that I go out in such a blaze of glory as your wizard did someday.
Yeah, it was a display. It was quite a show. But I talk too much. Tell me more. More about you. Where have you been? Have you seen much of Barovia? Have you seen other places?
We've only been here. It feels like a day or two. We don't know how long exactly. We fought a lot of monsters. I learned a new religion. Zoot is practicing his magic. Don't tell him it's magic. He'll get very upset with you. I wish we had more tales for you. You regaled us with such a wonderful one. But I'm afraid we really have very little to speak of so far.
I will regale you with a tale of my clan and the curse of the jackal wares.
Please,
I'm gonna
please,
check out my
please.
instrument on that, and I'm gonna do like a nice underscore for
And
you.
Giovanni sort of calls over others and says, a story, a visitor is going to tell. No, speak, tell. There is now a very sizable group crowded around, just eagerly waiting for you to tell the story, Zoot.
The jackal wares. Yes. This is not just the story of when we fought 14 jackal-headed man-beasts of the Terrace Deserts, but it is also the death of Krempenkier, one of my favorite friends, a man who taught me everything I know of the battle axe.
You were a great, powerful fighter, yes?
A long time ago. Do you see these scars, Malthraki? These scars on my back. They represent what I have lost. They represent the wings that were torn from my back. But that is another story. I will tell you that there were 14 jackal wares, and we were surrounded in a forest of cacti, and I watched as Krempenkier ran from the jackal wares. He ran for the first time in his life, never having ran from battle before, and as he jumped over logs and dodged the cactus branches, I could tell that he was not running for his life. He was running because he knew he could run the jackal wares raw. And as they came down on him after 4 hours of circling the Terrace Deserts, they ate and they celebrated and they devoured Krempenkier's body, but little did they know that they had been exhausted by the chase, at which point me and my friends descended from the skies and tore their ears and tore their arms and tore their legs from their helpless bodies. They were too weak to fight back. And we feasted and celebrated for Krempenkier's sacrifice. The only time he ever ran was when he knew he would win in the end.
You hear roars of cheers. Hey! Wonderful. Thank you. That is, we will remember that one. We will talk about that for years to come, I can assure you.
You are a natural storyteller, my friend. That was extraordinary.
Yeah.
You have lived, my friend. You have certainly lived. I hope that one day you are able to overcome what you have lost. He sort of gestures back to your back. Well, I am. I would say that I am sorry that you haven't seen more of our lands, but I guess I could say that you will have all the time that you need to explore them now that you are here.
Do you have any advice for us? Things we should see or do, or people we should avoid, or people we should seek out?
What are you looking to do here? Are you looking to? What city do you think? What town, village do you think you will set up your home? Are you?
We're hoping not to be here permanently. I know that seems like a fairly steep ask around these parts.
And everybody around the campfire just starts laughing. And
yikes! Yikes! On bikes.
Well, if there is a chance for you to to escape the mists. And they all just kind of like wink and nod at each other. And he goes, Madame Ava is here. She would be the one to ask.
Who is Madame Ava?
She is one of our elders. She is the one of the oldest that we have left, and she has the gift of the sight. So she is able to sort of view the threads of fate and see things that have yet to happen.
Does she do romantic marriage type readings by any chance?
Oh boy.
And Francesca just sort of goes red and. If you ask her, she will say no. She does not do that. She will say that the threads of fate only show her what they wish. Sometimes it may be, but you cannot specifically request anything like that of that sort. Yeah.
That's a shame, but understood.
Is she up?
You up? Yeah. I do not think that she ever sleeps at this point. So yeah, I can show you to her if you.
So just
you
to
like.
clarify, Giovanni, it's not that you can travel through the mist. It's that the mist is lifted by Strahd for you to travel through.
Certain members of our people are able to ask permission from the Count, and I do not know what the mechanism for how it works, but yeah, they can travel to, the closer places that we go. They never go too far, I will say that, and they always come back.
Can I speak to some of those who have traveled through the mist? Are they any of them here at the camp?
And he sort of looks around and. Avalash is not here. He would be the one to ask. Sometimes you find him outside of Valaki. Sometimes you may just see him on the road. I do not know where he is at the moment, but Avalash would be the one. And he sort of gestures for you to follow, and Irina says,
I'll go with you.
and it's like, I have seen her many times, so I will wait here. But you four go ahead.
Do you guys want to go, or do you want to hang out here?
Who are we going to, Madame Ava right now, or the guy who's been through the mists?
Giovanni was gonna take you to Madame Ava. Avalash isn't here to talk to him.
Great, yes.
I would definitely go too. Zoot's not he's not in love with this whole clan fire circle storytelling. It hurts. He doesn't like it here.
Yeah, I'm going.
Can I is that visible?
Make a
can I see that on your face?
Make a perception check. Make an insight check.
12.
I think especially towards the end of the story, he, you can tell he's just a bit too nostalgic and remorseful and a bit wistful, maybe, I think is the term. Like a bit of a regretful, longing.
I think you had given me Cloud's back, so I'm going to take him out of my bag and just quietly hand him to you.
Okay.
The four of you are sort of led around to the side of camp, to a smaller tent.
Should we have left her alone?
Good question.
Wait, is Winter not coming?
No, we're talking about Irina.
Irina sort of gestured and said, "I stay at the camp. You go. I'm
not going to Madame Ava's."
She sort of said, "I've had my fortunes read before."
Wait, are you staying there, Winter?
I was gonna stay with Irina.
And Irina sort of gestures to you. She says, "Go! It's fun. It's something that you should experience once. I promise you won't be disappointed."
I really don't believe in fortune telling and stuff. But
And Irina sort of leans in and goes, I don't either, but it is fun to watch the others experience it and get really spooked out and creeped out by the things that she says.
true. Maybe
right?
we could does she take bribes? I have a really interesting fortune I wanted to give Lady
She says,
Isadora.
oh, I don't know about that, but you can. She goes, at least go and watch the others. You don't, see what happens.
All right, fine. If you need anything, we'll be over there.
This is not a big place. I will be able to find you. Don't worry.
Okay, I'll go.
So you approach the tent, and Giovanni sort of points at it, and the four of you walk towards it. And you just hear a voice from inside go, finally. I was beginning to think you'd never show up. Come in. And she...
I love this shit. I'm eating it right up. Like, I'm going in, and I'm like, let's go.
Same. I'm like holding on to Willa's arm with excitement, like fingers digging in.
It's like we're going to meet a celebrity.
I know.
Oh.
And you sort of see these sort of blue and red magic flames. And as you enter the tent, you see an old woman in sort of colorful robes sitting behind a table. The only light from candles on the inside. Oops. There's James. And she sort of sits at the bottom. Behind the table at the sort of far back of the tent. Winter. Willa, yes. Zoot yes. Isadora Anna Maria Colette.
Almost. I appreciate the effort.
Eloise de Carlisle.
There are too many names.
There are many, yes.
The threads of fate cannot keep those names straight, I promise.
Are you... Is Professor Caston there? Is that how you know all our names?
She sort of looks, she goes, you know... There are many ways that I could know.
No, we don't.
There are many, many ways that I could be able to know. But for now, you sit, wait. What are you searching for? Huh?
Tyler, just so you know, this entire time, Winnie is that person who is not buying into this goddamn bullshit.
I'm going to pull out my scroll and I'm going to unroll it.
She says our names. It's like, yeah, you know them because you just heard people say them outside.
Did she say that out loud? Winnie, did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Shh.
She just said, but it's not a big...
Don't be rude.
We are looking for Professor Caston.
Personally, actually, I'm looking for a gentleman who is noble, well-bred, financially secure, well-read, an excellent dancer, an excellent fencer, an excellent conversationalist, adventurous eater, kind, humble, amusing, fashionable, hard worker, cares about commoners, handsome, enjoys the theater and opera, enjoys museums, enjoys parties, enjoys traveling, and hopefully we would be in love. I'm going to scroll it up and put it away.
And she just sort of...
And Darwin.
Darwin, yes, I recognize his name.
Wait. That last thing again?
Well, the threads of fate show me many things.
Yes, these things are.
let me show you. And she
Notice
sort of
the hold for dramatic pause, Willa.
she pulls out 2 decks of cards, and she begins.
I'm like doing this to Willa.
She puts one on the table, shuffles the other.
Will you please get some?
Sets that one down, picks up the other one, shuffles it.
So at my job, there was a traveling fortune teller, and she would read all of our fortunes. She was so nice.
Did it come true?
And-
Did your fortune come true? What did she tell you?
Well, okay, it was kind of like, it was vague, right? She was just like, something good's gonna happen to you. Oh God, they must have other dogs here. It's crazy. She was just very vague. She just said something good was gonna happen to you, and then that night, like something good happened to me. Like I ended up finding money on the ground.
Wow.
I know, profound. She was great, fantastic. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just get really excited.
Found money because Dad put it there because you were so excited about it.
So as you see her put her hand on the larger of the 2 decks, she closes her eyes, and the flames around the table sort of dim and swirl in different patterns as her lips sort of move silently. And you feel this like tension, this like thick energy in the air. The sounds of the trees in the pool beyond the tent, the laughter, the music, it all seems to fade and dim. And the world inside the tent seems to become realer in some way, more material than it was before. And she very slowly and reverently draws 3 cards from the top of the first deck and lays them on the table in front of you.
Do you want us to turn them over, or are you going to turn them over?
It doesn't matter.
She'll turn them over.
We already predetermined, but whatever. This is a bunch of baloney.
Shh.
And then she reaches to the other deck, pulls 2 more, places them in the pattern as well. The lights of the candles on the table begin to blow even faster. They lean in towards the cards on the table as if sort of urging them. The flicker of the candles is constant, but there is no wind. The air inside the tent is perfectly still. No light comes through the walls, no voices ring out through the silence. The shadows, the mist from around the pool swirl at the boundaries of the tent. But this table is lit. She moves her hand over to the leftmost of cards. Closes her eyes and tilts her head back, as if listening to some sort of unspoken speech. The lights swirl and shift, and you hear her say, "This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy." And she flips it. Ah. You see this sort of ghastly figure with a lantern at its front. The Master of Swords, yes. The ghost. I see ghostly ravens. In their nest, you will find your prize. And she sort of leans back, moves her hand to the second card. For you, the card that's at the top of this cross that she's placed on the table. You see a sort of fat and jolly clerical figure. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. And she looks and says, yes, the one of coins, the monk. This treasure lies in the house of those who worship the dragon, in hands that were once clean but are now corrupted. She moves her hand to the third, the right arm of the cross, and her eyes close again. Her lips are pursed, concentrating hard. You feel the candlelight blink out and then come back as if it was a heartbeat. They burn white, the lights in the tent. This bright, hot, white flame. So pure and strong and clean that it almost hurts to look at this light. And her eyes...
I'm going to grab Isadora's hand.
Her eyes that were closed snap open. This is a card of power and of strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. She flips it. The thief. What you seek lies in a pile of treasure beyond a set of amber doors. Her voice was strong with purpose as she said that last phrase. She moves to the fourth card, the bottom of the cross. Listens again, tracing small circles on the back of the card. She hums quietly. The flames are leaping and dancing again. Swirling violet embers in the air. The tent that was once pure white now has a glimmer and shimmer of twilight. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. He flips it. You see an old figure with eyes all around. Seer. Yes. Your greatest ally will be a wizard. His mind may be broken, but his spells are strong. And finally she moves to the fifth card, the center, and her hand, as she reaches towards it, nearly recoils, and she furrows her brow, and the wrinkles set in deeper. Shadows begin to encircle the candlelight on the table and encroach further as a darkness, this creeping darkness, begins to fill the tent. And when she next speaks, her voice is raspy and barely above a whisper. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. She flips it. The bishop. The tower. She says, look to great heights. Find the beating heart of the castle. He waits nearby. And as this last syllable passes her lips, the old woman freezes and then rocks back in her chair, her eyes rolling until they're white. And the cards disappear from the table. Oh no.
I'm going to turn to Isadora and I'm going to say, write this down.
Yes.
Well, most of the cards disappear from the table.
Kelsey, were you taking real life notes?
Yes.
God bless. I assumed you had it. I didn't.
Thank God.
And she sort of looks at you
It's
and
me.
says,
I always take notes.
that what we hadn't done. You did not just come here to find the source of power against your enemy. You came here with other things in mind.
Darwin, yes.
And she
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or a husband.
No, Darwin.
Why not both?
she sort of looks to the
Thank you.
table.
Professor Caston. Mostly Professor Caston.
And she looks first at Winter.
You get a whole set.
And she places 2 cards in front of you. And she reaches down and flips the first. The soldier. I sense a growing frustration in you, child. If a feeling as if your skills are not being rewarded, but the next card could hold the key. She reaches down. It's not supposed to be the same card. Hang on.
She's really frustrated, guys, if you didn't know.
There we go.
Soldier again.
Philanthropist. Seek the toy maker. In his store, you will find new horizons to pursue. And her eyes dart from Winter to Willa.
Oh my god.
It's your turn, it's your turn!
And her wrinkled, sort of ring-adorned hands reach down and place 2 cards in front of you. She flips the first. This is the Conjurer. Lonely voice, cold and bare, wandering alone, asleep, yet awake. An unknowing haunts you, child. A deep desire to learn of a man who is not your own. She reaches and flips the other. Your past is clouded in mystery, and your blood is darker than many of those who come to see me. Seek the dark elf who resides with my people, beyond the pool. He holds the knowledge from whence you came. Be warned, though, that the answer may terrify you even more than the unknown does. The candles...
I'm just gonna go white and just not say anything.
The candles flicker and her eyes close for a long pause. She breathes deeply and exhales slowly and turns to you, Isadora, and lays 2 cards on the table in front of you. Get these. Her fingers reach across the table to turn over the first card, and as she does, she gasps loudly and her hand begins to tremble.
I didn't even have to pay her to do that.
Dearest one. Dearest one. The deep scars of your past shadow your every move. You cannot move forward without leaving them in the past. She turns over the next one. My healer. Felicity smiles upon you here in the lands of the mists. While your family remains ever distant, your new family is here. Trust in them, and do not despair of solitude, for you are not the only one with scars. Your dreams speak the truth, my love, and you can find happiness here. And she lowers her eyes. And she turns to Zoot. Places 2 cards on the table in front of you. That we will see in a second. Her hand reaches out and flips the first. The horseman. You, my friend, you desire knowledge in order to repay a debt. You seek to guard the realm against threats from beyond the veil, but you cannot see the path forward without dwelling on what you have lost, and upon that monstrosity who took it from you. Marionette. Abandon the search for those that you believe need to guide you with strings like a puppet. Instead, forge your own future. Seek those among the mists who followed the draconic path. They hold the knowledge to what you desire. And with that, her eyes close again, and she leans back in the chair, and she sighs deeply. The candles resolve back into a sort of low flicker and glow, a much more natural seeming candlelight. The sound outside the tent of the outside world returns, the voices of the Vistani, the cracking of the bonfire, the lapping of the waves against the shore of the pool. Light filters in once more through the canvas walls and the cracks in the tent. And you feel yourselves able to actually breathe again for the first time since the reading began. And she says nothing. She just looks, heavy, dark eyes at the 4 of you.
Thank you.
I pull out a bottle of wine and I give it to her. It's like a thank you.
She doesn't take it. She doesn't reach to take it. She just sort of nods gently.
Thank you for your time and your words of wisdom. They will be treasured and heeded.
I had one question. We saw a raven on our way over, and I threw something at it because I thought it was watching us, and it disappeared. Could that relate back to the ghost thing? Didn't you say?
She sort of smiles and Ravens are always welcome.
Did I make it mad? If I did, can you tell it I'm sorry?
I can use the threads of fate. I cannot speak to the creatures of the realm.
You pissed it off,
Okay.
Willa.
Stop it. Okay. If I see another one, I'll just tell it I'm sorry. I didn't. And I'm just gonna kind of like slump down wherever I'm sitting.
Gonna put a hand on her shoulder and just like squeeze.
I made my sister upset. Thank you very much. I think we are done here. You have a lovely evening. And I try to lead my sister out.
And she sort of calls behind you as you leave, and she just says, Winter. I hope someday to enjoy your whirling dervish. She just smiles gently at you. Faith, child, is not always bad.
I'm going to put a hand on Zoot's arm and just kind of quietly. Are you ready to go?
Do you still have that book of rites and rituals?
Yes, of course.
I think
We can
tonight
read it
should
together
look to-
tonight if you would like.
No, we need to do a ceremony for Gaston or Darwin. I don't think they're out there anymore.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You all leave the tent?
Yes, I leave the tent. With Willa. If she'll let me take her with me.
Do you head back to the campfire, or do you go straight to the tent that Giovanni pointed out for you to sleep in?
I'm gonna head back to the campfire to make sure what's her face is still there.
Yeah, she's there. She sort of eyes you as you come out, and and she looks specifically at Winter and goes, "See, I told you, it's fun, yeah."
Huh. Very fun.
Zoot, did you want to do this tonight? Tomorrow before we set off?
Let's do it tonight so we can leave early with Irina.
Okay.
What's going on?
Zoot suspects that Darwin and Keston are not here. Whether they're elsewhere or something has happened to them, and would like us to conduct a ritual from the book. Would you prefer it from the
Yeah,
book?
but
I'd
you
be
don't
much
do
more
that unless
comfortable with
they're
Corellin,
dead.
but I
And
can
they're
do
not
whatever you would
dead.
prefer, Zoot.
I mean, they're not dead. You wouldn't need
you
to
can do
that.
rituals. You can do
Do you think they're
rituals
dead,
for
Zoot?
any sort of
Winter.
goodbye.
No, they're
Winter,
not
you
dead.
You heard
no,
the oracle.
That is just a false, prophet who thinks they have some connection to the greater good. They are not dead.
I'm
Winter,
gonna put a
I
hand.
saw your face. Whatever that dervish was, you believe it
I
too.
do not. I believe in observation and picking up on minute emotional responses. They're not dead. They're not.
I don't.
You want me to
think
have
they're dead
faith? We
either.
should have faith in them for not being dead.
Winter, I don't think they're dead either, and I do believe her. But I do think that as we move forward, it may be worthwhile to let our path be open, and wish them well wherever they are, and hope that our paths recollide.
How are we gonna get home if they're dead?
We have to forge our own future.
Okay. I'm just gonna peel off from the group. If I can, Tyler, I'm gonna head over to the guy,
Yeah, Giovanni.
Excuse me.
Hey.
I'll stab him. Hi. I just had, I met with Ava.
Yes, I remember. I sent you in there.
Yeah.
Did you have fun? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was very, I learned a lot. There's someone that I seek, a dark elf, one of you. She said he's across the waterway, lake, something. Sorry, I was just completely mesmerized by her. I didn't get the exact wording.
No, yeah, there is another camp of Vistani across outside of the Valaki, the village of Valaki.
So we'll pass through it before we enter Valaki?
Depending on the way you go, you might find it. Otherwise, you would see the. You would have to maybe take a half a day outside the village to find.
Would you be able to show me, maybe draw me a map?
We have a map.
If you if you are in Valaki and you leave through the south gate, you will find the encampment. Perhaps again half a day down the old Svala shore.
Okay.
It will not be too far, I promise. There is. Can I ask what she said? What she mentioned? How she? Who is? Is there a specific anything else about the person, or just that?
Oh shit. She mentioned them being able to help me unravel mysteries.
Of your past.
I think. Of my past.
There are my people there.
A wizard?
No, there are not
Maybe?
wizards that live among them, but there are others who have found the Vistani to be more welcoming, perhaps, than some of the other villages and cities in Barovia because of how they look, how they present. They're not human, exactly. Your friend, for instance, looks different. So perhaps there are others whom. Well, if you go there, I'm sure that you will be able to find them.
Okay. Thank you. And I'm just gonna slip away and head back to the group.
I'll take the spell book and kind of pull Zoot, and the sisters are welcome to follow, to find a dark spot in the forest a little ways away. Ideally a clearing with moonlight. And I am just going to do 2 prayers, one from the hymn book we found, and one in Elvish to Karelin, wishing them protection and speed and luck on their path, wherever and whatever it might be. And then I'll turn to Zoot. Is there anything else you would like?
Zoot's eyes are going to go white with an aura, a paladin-like glory. And he's just going to look down at the ground that we are hollowing, and he will perform the funeral rites ritual. I believe that is part of the ceremony spell.
Mhm.
So that'll be I think that's a first level spell I'll cast. And I'll with the mournful glory in his eyes still glowing, he'll say, "People who undertake the life of watching are not generally known for living a long time or meeting the best of ends. It is the unfortunate side effect of experiencing the wonders we do, and it is the honor of being an agent of protection in a world of grave dangers from the outside. Darwin and Caston were our guides and our friends, and it pains us to the core to know that they have met an end while aiding us in our undertaking. In the temples of the Watchers, it is strongly believed that the honored dead can sense our feelings, if not necessarily our specific thoughts. And it is believed that these echoing emotions and feelings set the tone for their journey into the great beyond. And so I remind us all to watch each other and to protect each other, to give them the peace of mind to know that we will do the job right this time where we have failed them before. Let us remember our companions and what they did for us, and let us protect our gratitude through the ether of the many planes so that they may take this comfort with them to a better place. In the name of Bahamut, I bid you peace." And the spell wears off. Let us forge a new path.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to walk back to the camp and go set up my bedroll, which I've learned how to use, and just lie down and pretend to be asleep.
You enter the tent, and Irina is already in there, sleeping, laying down, but there's plenty of room inside for the four of you to join her.
Winnie stepped away as soon as Zoot started the eulogy or speech. So she's by the fire and she's going to be there for a little while.
Okay. Willow, what are you doing?
I am going to. There's music playing by the fire, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep out there if I can. It reminds me a little bit of falling asleep at the brothel. So it's comforting. So if I can, I'll find like a place to kind of like post up.
Yeah, you can.
And if they'll let me lay down.
Yeah, there are plenty of sort of laughing, boisterous, drunken, some of them, enjoying themselves, sort of laying down on the benches and on sort of straw mats strewn around the fire, and it's clearly a practice that they do often, is sort of falling asleep outside of the tent or outside of the caravan. So there are plenty of places to join them.
Yeah, I'll let everyone know that I'm gonna hang outside for a little while and kind of enjoy. And I'll probably end up falling asleep out there, but I won't be far. You'll be able to see me. I'll make sure that I'm in
And Zoot, what do you do after the funeral rite is complete?
I watch.
All right. So the night sort of draws to a close around the fire. The music fades. The fire burns down to embers. Isadora and Irina sleep in the tent. Willa and Winter find themselves outside around the fire, and Zoot sort of stands watch. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Yo.
So thanks everybody for joining us. Players,
Yo.
anybody got any plugs? James, go to bed. 4 a.m., whatever it is. 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Yo.
Willa, you're muted.
Did you just
There
like?
you are.
I know. I just realized that. James, did you like improv that? Like, what was that? Did that come out of your mind?
It was like half improv.
Check out
and
the
then
big
half
brain on James.
just generic prayer
It was
ritual,
beautiful.
right, that I found online.
You make me feel like I need to do real prayers from now on. I feel like I'm cheating by just saying, "Oh, I say a prayer."
Who's the real cleric? Not Isadora.
Fuck off, Tyler. Rude.
I have a quick plug, if I may.
Yeah, go for it.
So, Craig and I would just like to thank everybody who was involved in the Jamathon. It was super fun. I think everyone had a very fun time. But if you haven't noticed, we are now having our very first Jammies. So these are not the Tonys, not the Emmys, but the more prestigious of all, awards or accolades out there are the Jammies. So basically, it's just an anonymous Google form you fill out. Give your opinion on which articles you like the most. And at the end of the week, we will let you know who gets to take home the golden jam jar. or the small one if you want a small one.
There's amazing. Amazing.
But yeah, just make sure you please, anybody can do it. Anybody from Quelmar, whether you're a participant in the Jamathon or not, take a look at those wiki articles and see which one makes you laugh the most. See which one makes you sweat the most. No. But yeah.
Isadora, anything to plug?
If you're new or not new, actually anyone should sign up for. I'm doing a new player one-shot next Saturday in For the Dungeon, which is a great little module. Obviously, priorities given to new Quelmar people. But if I don't have enough people for the party size I'm looking at, I'll pull from old people. So feel free to apply even if you're old.
Yeah. And I think I went in and I tagged all of the new people, so they should have all seen it by now.
You're a superhero, James.
Yeah. Go to bed, James.
Go to bed, James. Willa, anything to plug? Good to go. All right. So have a great night, everybody. Thank you for watching. And remember to
keep rolling the dice.
Keep rolling those dice.
Woo! Love it.